the group of Kuotoa we killed. They might have been cut off from their main settlement deeper in the depths. And hence why they decided to make camp in that warehouse. After we went down that tunnel, forming into a marching order, we came across a little bit of a pickpocket. That Navi, everyone's favorite wild shape enthusiast, grabbed the fishing line that they were using to steal our pouches.
As a tiger.
Yes. Tiger, a lovely tiger. And pulled... Yeah. And pulled our, a goblin down from the rafters. They weren't really rafters, but from the shadows. After pacifying it with a couple failed grapple checks and eventually a successful grapple check from a tiger, we talked to them a little bit and learned that they live down here. That they were scrounging around for knickknacks and stuff. And that their name was Glory.
No. Their name was Ayasha. Glory is a different person.
Right, shit. Ayasha and her... Yeah, Ayasha... I'll get to Glory in a second.
I was about to say you fused two beings together there.
Fusion. They did the dragon dance. The fusion dance.
We fought some undead that someone decided to poke when we were told not to poke.
Mm-hmm.
They were in our way.
Uh-huh.
And we had multiple people in heavy armor. I don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the tactically correct move.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, after killing the undead, after someone woke them all up, we came to Ayasha's home, basically, which is honestly has more in common with a dump than a home.
Accurate.
And her pet bat named Jimmy, who we thought was a rat, but is a sky rat, because bat. It's more of a sky mouse. Anyways, we did end up talking to her a bit and giving her a fairly decent amount of food, even though she didn't exactly like it. Ayasha would prefer boiled leather stew from a boot. Tavian's boot, in particular. But after saying our goodbyes, we went up a passageway into a deserted house that Alexandra may or may not take a little bit of time to pull some strings around and see if she can claim it as her property to then sell on the very cheap to Tavian. Because he could actually maybe make something of the structure rather than leaving it abandoned. The house was obviously very much ransacked by the party's new favorite goblin. The only goblin we met, but our favorite one. After returning back to the tavern, we decided to attempt to bed down for the night. But in the morning, after some suspicious activities heard by some, the bookshelf isn't actually a bookshelf. Instead, it's a very heavy door. But there's an illusion over top of it that is a very powerful illusion at that. And opening that door, we met a lady named Glory. Passed out on the floor because she worked herself to exhaustion. Tavian got mildly embarrassed at a not fully and properly clothed lady laying on the ground when he realized that they were not fully and properly clothed, giving her time to dress herself after determining that she probably won't run away. She told us that she was studying the depths after more conversation and trust building, and that she believes that there is some sort of object deep in the Undercity that controls the tides. That is the reason why the city exists in its way now, surrounded completely by water and seemingly floating. And deciding on to err on the side of caution, Alexandra made the decision to pull a little weight and say, hey, you're gonna go talk to my mom. No real ifs, ands, or buts on that one. Sorry. This seems very important if this is correct. With some trepidation on her part, because the other hand of the king, it's the right hand, right? That's the left hand?
Yep.
The right hand of the king is a bit, well,
They have a reputation.
Alexandra would call him a dick waffle. But he does have a reputation. And Tavian is still looking for his mask and has yet to find it. Or any of his other equipment, really.
He did, however, sell his cider for a penny, but the coinage he got.
Yeah. And he did also, last session, learn that Alexandra is a long-distance relation to a particular friend of his. Alexandra also talked a little bit with Samuel, discussing about his faith, and she's relatively open about it. Like, open to the idea of it. As long as he doesn't really start going around sacrificing babies and stuff like that, she's alright with it.
Sounds like a challenge.
No, wait till you're asleep.
And that's more or less everything that comes to mind. Navi was a bit non-verbal through most of the session, either because she was a tiger or otherwise sad and a bit annoyed at Tavian for various reasons.
Navi had some sad vibes.
Yeah.
Is there anything else anyone would like to add in that they remember? Though it's not said.
No, they got pretty much all of it. Leave it to the
Then,
noble nerd.
I just took a lot of notes.
then I can safely say that you have earned your inspiration.
Yay. Time to use it on some stupid shit.
Aha, yes. Bring that goblin energy that I always bring, the inspiration. Use it for absolutely nothing useful.
Now, diving back into where we left off, the group has had their conversation and plans to head up to Miss Alexandra's home. Now, what would you like to do, and what preparations would you like to do before you went back on this journey?
I guess I sell all those junk weapons for the silver scrap or whatever you said they were worth.
Yes, it was mostly like the sticky shield you can't really make much of, especially when the residue hardens. So that's just bought for what scraps can come with it, and the same for
The
spears.
scimitars
that
and
were
spears,
made.
yep.
Effectively, you get a total of, I'll say, 75 silver.
Which would be 7 gold, 5 silver.
Correct.
You can maybe, just maybe, afford a whole single orange.
Oranges more expensive than they should be. We are on the ocean.
Yep. Fruits are very much an import, so they would be more expensive than most other things. Fish is really cheap here, but meat and fruit and veggies are a bit on the pricier side.
Basically, anything but fish is a little bit.
Yep. The seal, you can get seaweed for pretty cheap too, but
Potatoes are considered a luxury.
Potatoes are
Correct.
considered a luxury. This is Tavian's worst timeline. His literal favorite food involves potatoes
yep.
and
they are,
cornmeal.
as said, those two are very much luxuries.
Just here's that. That is the food of poor people. They're a luxury now. What the shit?
Well, I don't know about you, but there's not exactly a lot of farmland around here.
Well, isn't there like tropical trees like coconuts and shit?
We're on a floating city. There's islands and all sorts of stuff like that, but
Oh, you
they have
ass!
to be imported. What?
There
can't.
is
How?
there is some trees like that, just to verify, but they're on the upper layers and mainly owned by those with the coinage. For example, Miss Alexandra, you do have a few fruit-bearing trees that your family owns.
Just blinks.
It's a bit of a... My mother really does love to tend to the gardens and such.
I want to go back in my hole. Can I just go back underneath the rocks?
No, you have to save the city again.
It didn't stick last time. What makes you think it'll stick this time?
Navi
She
is
shrugs.
Navi.
Navi is indeed Navi. That's very astute of you.
Just nods.
Let's get going. Hey, swimmer,
Yes?
I can wear a shirt this time.
Do I have to? You know they're uncomfortable.
Nah, probably not.
Oh, it's a long.
Probably not. Fair warning. You're probably gonna be... Your weapons are gonna be temporarily confiscated. You know, can't really have armed individuals that aren't exactly trusted walking around the family estate.
Someone just pipe in. That's not going to be an issue for me.
But Navi always has arms.
Weapons.
Have a stick.
I don't think they're gonna confiscate your walking stick. I
Probably
just
not.
look at my scythe, which has been with me for however many 100 years now, and just deep sighs. It looks like shit now, doesn't it? Like, it looks awful.
It definitely needs a lot of polishing. You might get tetanus if you cut anyone with it.
There's a lot of fish people with tetanus. Just sigh. Need to print out.
Also, sorry for cutting in. I was saying also, while I remember, you have all gained a level for level 3, and has thus gained another magical item tied to your achievement during level 2 to level 3. So if you look under the party treasure, you can see what your personal items are that you have acquired.
The handout section.
By the giggling, someone is very happy with what they've done.
Is it possible, since trading's been done, to sell some of the shit that I found?
Almost certainly, that is possible. You just haven't spoken up to try it yet.
Yeah, whenever it is possible, I just want to offload the tapestry
Oh,
and
that
the tiles.
Yes.
Aww, that's awesome.
Okay, let me just have a quick look, see the value of those items, the tiles and the tapestry. The tapestry of two lovers embracing, and the tiles that have the old royal crest on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you going to be trying to sell them to? Or are you just going to have Gibbs do their best?
Yeah, just do your best. Whatever comes, I don't care.
Honestly,
You might be able to sell those to the fancy lady's mother for more.
You think?
I'm insulted, but it's not wrong that I'm fancy.
Sure, I'll take it
Honestly,
to the royal person.
the tapestry would probably be of interest to her. With the royal insignia. Although, honestly, her fancies and whims are a bit too high-minded for me to fully understand, so who knows, maybe she'll be interested in both.
Never mind then.
But she likes art.
You also have the lockbox that has yet to be opened.
Yeah, I'm holding on to that.
Never open it.
And there's also a few barrels of wine that someone is carrying. I do not know who.
I already sold my
That's
shit.
Alexandra.
Yeah, which also might go for more for your mother for how old they are.
Yeah.
Unless they're vinegar. But then again, they could be it's either really good wine or really good vinegar.
The pewter mask had been given to Impale. They're unfortunately not here to go over that. And there is an antique leather coat with floral vine designs that someone else has. I'm not sure who picked that up. I think it was
Navi?
Navi.
Navi didn't get anything. Navi got a nat 1 on her investigation, and she didn't care beyond that.
Oh yes, so I don't know who picked it up then. I have it noted down that one of the party members did, so someone does.
I probably have.
We can
What
just-
was it?
Like, you picked up the pewter mask. That was what
I did pick that
Tavian
up.
got.
It might have been Impale, because Impale also did an investigation.
That's true. As Impale is not. I could also be Samuel, because I remember they got something with the lockbox.
Thought my second investigation was the tiles.
Could have been. Looks like
But
they
it could have been the leather too, but I don't think it was.
Okay, for the moment, we'll just say that's party treasure until we can clarify with Impale themselves. So for now, we have 2 items to sell, and the wine that's split up among the group to also sell. If that's everything sorted, we can start heading upwards. So the group will start traveling through the gondola, going through the tightly packed waters where the refuge flows down. Nothing but shadows and darkness cover above as you see the rickety walkways, beams that connect different structures. Start going a little further up, pushing away from the muck and going to a higher part where the water flows down from. The stones, the wooden structures start to become a bit more clean, a bit more refreshing. Tightly packed waterways that they were difficult to transfer through open up wider, allowing more passageway and more curried favors. You have a few people smile and greet you, going on their own business as you travel forward. The sense and smell of the place becomes a bit more refreshing and pleasant. The fish and the flowing sea life become less vibrant and less numerous as you start to enter a more robust and lively part of the city. Moving on from the lowest station to the middle class.
And this is the middle class. They have some really good bars up here. Decent restaurants, a lot of merchants, you know.
Never been to this city, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I live here all my life, so let me be your tour guide.
Great.
This is where you'll find most of the smiths, most of the merchants that aren't shady fences, and honestly, this is where the heart of the city is. This is where everything gets done.
And it's also where you're going to need to shackle up the boat to allow yourself to walk on the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm. She'll head over to the dock.
There would be nothing that stops the group for the moment. Carry on your way. You do hear the sounds of trade and catch the scent of spices and other trade goods brushing through the air, showing just how much trade like passes by here. The familiar dock worker that usually looks after your boats for you would greet you. And with a few coppers, they'll tie up the gondola to look after it until you come back from it.
Thank you. She'll just hand him an extra 5 copper. Can you do a cleaning job on it also?
He'll take a moment to look over the stains from the seagulls that remain on the boat and be like, make it a silver, that's a lot of cleaning.
Hands him 5 more copper.
There we go, okay. That is going to need a lot of elbow grease. What did you do?
Went diving.
Ah, that would make sense.
You ever see a seagull explode?
No, and I hope I never do.
Navi goes quiet. She was quiet before, but this is an eerie silence.
Alexandra gives Samuel a bit of a glare.
Yep, there's
And an
a
elbow.
murderous,
What?
murderous aura just flowing out of Navi right now.
It's truth. Sorry.
Well, I'm assuming you're heading further back up there, Lady Alexander.
Yes, they should have moved on, so it's perfectly fine to get back up to my house.
Okay, well, I hope you have a safe journey. Keep an eye on your pockets, as you do know there's a few eager hands in this part of the city.
Yeah,
Most of you seem new, as they'll glance over to the rest of your companions.
best I can tell, most of them have been here less than a week.
Oh, you are really fresh off the waters then now.
Yeah, fresh off.
Well, I hope Amora treats you kindly then, and you enjoy your stay. If you've got the coinage for it, try some of the local delicacies.
It's amazing what you can do with fish.
Not
Yeah.
just fish. There's a lot of sea life we've caught.
That's true.
Just be careful of the fish you get down below. Some of them might have been those tower things that creep up.
Yeah. Kind of glances at Swimmer.
I hear they're crunchy and a bit chewy, depending on the cook. And Swimmer will lick their chops for a moment, because they've had that before. They seem to not be too mindful of it.
Just a look of like disgust.
Alexandra's on the same page with you on that one.
Those- Well, for different reasons, probably.
Mm-hmm. Let's... Thank you for the warm welcome to my new companions.
Yep, just be careful. Especially your lady friend.
Yeah, she's...
Unique, I can't say I've seen anyone like your lady friend. Look at her draw some eye.
Some people call her a nature spirit.
That, yeah, it's gonna draw a lot of attention. The same for that fellow though, he's a little bit different as well, as they'll look over to David.
Just a stare down. Not necessarily intimidating, just look deadpan stare.
Yeah, he'll tug his hat a little further down and dry his eyes away. But yep, just safe travels.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking with you. But we do have to be going.
Completely understandable and you have a good one, as I said already.
Yeah, see you. And she'll start walking.
And the group would head up, pass through. Some of the stalls are just set on the side, most of them just selling quick to purchase goods, snacks, the like. Most of it-
Alexandra is gonna keep one hand on her warhammer, like just resting there, and the other on her coin purse.
Same thing with the coin purse, but I'm not hand on the fucking scythe. I'm using the. I got my hand on that other fucking scimitar. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's a scimitar. No, it's a long sword. Okay, never mind. Yeah, a long sword. Yeah, scimitar.
I don't know. Now, Navi, as you're moving through these streets, you were the only one that's perceptive enough to see the smaller people, the youths of this part, flipping a few of the foods from the counters as someone is purchasing an item unnoticed. A few
Oh.
eyes directed towards the group, intrigued and watchful.
Navi is. Navi is going to be as eye-catching as possible to give these little ones a chance to slip away with whatever they need.
Okay,
And Navi's gonna start probably singing.
make a performance check.
It's not gonna be great, but it's gonna be attention grabbing with her appearance. And that's what she needs. Hey, that's way better than I thought I would do.
So,
Yes.
She's very
so
bad at
as Alexandra is putting their hand on their weapon and grabbing their pouch, and Tavian following suit, suddenly Navi bursts into a song.
It's not really. It does not have any lyrics. It's more just kind of
Ding tongy.
very, yeah. It's very whimsical in nature.
The song goes out and it draws attention. Some of the seagulls above that are flying above, ready to come down and steal some food, that perching to listen. People surprised at the sudden burst of song turn
I'm-
towards
I'm gonna
Navi and
full Disney princess this and hold out my arms to see if any of the seagulls will perch on my arms.
make a nature check.
Nature.
handling.
Animal handling, actually. They do. A few of them, intrigued enough at the songs, flutter down and land upon Navi's arms that are outstretched. Not too many, just a
Mhm.
couple.
Enough.
Enough for it to definitely be drawing attention.
Mm-hmm.
And for the group, I would like you to make a perception roll while this is happening.
Navi do as Navi does.
13.
15.
Samuel and Navi?
Sammy got
Thanks.
distracted by the song.
No, I was sitting here thinking, can you eat a seagull?
The answer is yes. That's what was in the stew the other day.
Ah,
It was. That's what gives fed to folks.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, he's definitely distracted by what can be done to a seagull.
And Navi, I still need a roll from you for perception.
Sorry.
It's totally fine.
That's about what I thought.
Listen,
you're-
she doing bird shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
I'm
fully.
too busy being a Disney princess. Leave me alone. Let me have this.
You're in the full Disney princess moment. Like, you were originally going to try and help the small ones you saw, but as the birds came to you, you just completely focused on them. And Samuel, you were not prepared for sudden song and music, and find yourself also drawn to that.
Mostly the seagull.
Yep. The only one, actually, I'll have to roll for swimmer as well. Let me just quickly do that. Nope. They're also very much distracted by the singing because they were not prepared for it. But Alexandra, you during this process would notice a few smaller lads and ladies slipping in, fingers touching pouches, a few joining the crowd and clapping to further improve the distraction that Miss Navi has turned themselves into. A few pouches disappear, some colourful cloths, a handkerchief here. A few bits
What-
of food on stalls that weren't touched.
Which one seems to be the pseudo ringleader of these children's?
Let's see, would you have caught the ringleader? I need to make a check for this guy. I'll do this a secret roll.
Not very secret, now we know.
I've forgotten the code that you need to do with secret rolls.
You don't have to do a code. If you go over here to the thing, you can hit GM or go to the advanced dice roller, or you can just have /GM roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you would notice that it seems to be a smaller lad with a blue scarf around their neck and black hair. They seem to be a bit more brazen, going on the way of drawing attention to themselves, so the others can get their fun.
Alexandra is just gonna walk over to them and just plop a hand right down onto their shoulder.
The youth will go still before they'll look up to you, fearless, and give a smile and just go, "Well, that's a wonderful performance this miss is giving, isn't it, lady?"
She's a very interesting person. She's just gonna kind of lean down and whisper to the kid. Look, steal what you need. I understand. Just don't take more than you need, alright? And she'll hand him 5 silver.
He's definitely surprised by that as you pass him that 5. What do you say, silver?
Mhm.
He'll take it and say, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about, miss, but thank you for that. This will definitely help me with my folks when I get home."
Just make more of your life, eh?
Oh, most certainly, miss. I hope you have a good life as well. I guess is the performance still going on Navi's side? What is she doing?
Navi is full Disney princess. She is following the group, but she is full Disney princess right now. It's fine.
Yep, so the young lad will take a moment to glance over to Navi, and after giving a small smile to Miss Alexander, will step forward with clutching the coins in hand. "Miss, that's a very pretty voice you've got there. Can you sing any other songs? Or...
Huh? No, not really.
It's just the hummingbird call. It's quite good. Have you been doing this a lot?
No.
He's seeming to have some difficulty at the short answers. Like, this is not going how I was expecting.
Told you she was interested, kid.
Just chuckling.
Yep, well, I'm...
Navi picks a beetle out of her hair and gives it to one of the seagulls.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. It just is easily and quickly
Mhm.
gobbled up. Well, what's your name, miss?
Oh,
If
I'm
you-
Navi.
Hello, Navi. You can call me Dash.
Hi.
Hi. I hope you have a lovely day and continue your song and dance. I will be going on my way now.
Okay.
And he will quickly slip back into the crowd. And at this point, the others that were watching and entertained by the group would start to disperse. But Navi, you would
Mhm.
find yourself getting a performance's wage as people would be throwing coppers and silvers at your feet.
She just
And you
looks
would-
confused at it.
You'd get a total of 5 silvers and 23 copper.
Picks it up, hands it to the nearest party member.
Who was closest to Navi?
Yeah.
It would
Y'all
be
can
either
roll
me or
for it.
you, probably.
And you walked off,
Roll
motherfucker.
for it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not me.
Yeah, so it was probably me. Alright, just gets handed a bunch of coins. Alright.
Me or you.
Yep, roll a D2, I guess?
Mm.
Do a roll. Do you want 1 or 2?
2.
I'll take 1, because I'm number 1, baby.
Okay.
Sorry, bad meme.
He was number 1.
There you go, good meme. Alright, who's doing the roll?
Gary.
Gary, roll a 1D2.
Okay.
Are you recording, James?
I am.
Uh,
Get the money. 5 silver and 31 copper.
Hey, I
yes.
made my money back from giving it to the orphans. How much copper? 31?
31. It
Yep.
was 31, right? So that's 3 silver.
Alright. I'm gonna keep my copper right now.
Fair enough. I traded my shit to silver immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as the group carries on and you start putting the coins back into your pouch, you would feel that your pouch is lighter than you expected it to be, Miss Alexandra.
I'm gonna count my coins.
You would find 4 gold having vanished from your pouch.
Oh, that piece of shit. Let it slide or let it not slide.
Am I missing money?
For Samuel, let me give a quick check to see if they would have paid attention to you or not.
So I am upper armored as well.
Yeah. That's why it's a lower chance. The reason Alexandra got... Yep, you're fine. Checking over your pouch, you're fine.
They got risk because leader distracted them.
Yeah. I'm just... honestly, tell me if they got anything out of me. I don't care if they did. If one of them was brave enough to walk up to the guy who's straight up not breathing with white hair and blue fucking glowing eyes and a fucking scythe, power to him.
I don't think so, unfortunately. Like, the majority of the group were together and formidable. Miss Alexandra moved towards the leader herself and drew attention due to that. So what does Miss...
Hell of a sleight of hand check.
Yep. So Miss Alexandra, are you going to let it be?
She's just gonna take a breath. Sigh. They probably need the money more than me.
Hmm?
Hmm?
What are you talking about?
Oh, the pickpockets might have set their sights on my purse.
Well, that's not good.
Eh. It's 4 gold. I can live without it.
4 gold? That's months of wage.
Yes.
Alright, anyways.
It's like the shocking difference between a rich person's views and the common people right there.
Hold on, I'm not a commoner. Let's get straight first. But I definitely ain't no noble.
Yeah. So after that moment of discussion, the group would carry on. The seagulls would continue perching on Navi for a little bit before dispersing, and let me have a quick d20 roll, Navi, to see if you're lucky or not.
Hmm?
Do we have a quick d20 roll as the birds leave you to see if you're lucky or unlucky? Thankfully, you are lucky that they didn't discharge, as they took flight as birds tend to do.
That would have been fine. Would have been would have had no effect on her.
On Navi in particular, but it would have been a moment.
It
Thankfully,
would've-
they are
it would be
fine
funny.
as they fly off. Probably stealing a few more insects as they go, and the group
Mhm.
carries on. You would reach the Great Fountain, which is a center point of this great city. The statue of a former king, standing high and tall before the waters as they flow down. You see quite a few adventurers and other individuals meeting up here discussing plans. Seems to be one of the bigger meet-up places in the city. And you can see Kara, who seems to be just sitting there, just pondering, looking around, see if there's any business opportunities since she split up from the group. If everyone continues going, I just realized we've got 2 people that are BRB. Should I give them a moment?
Yeah, I'd give them a moment.
Didn't realize there were that many people down.
Sorry, I had to deal with people coming in the room and talking to me.
Oh, you as well? I thought there were 3 people down.
Jeez.
I thought we were just 2.
I couldn't help that. Sorry.
It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Just need to wait for the other 2 missing people to come back.
Wait, did we all leave at once?
Yep.
I got-
Like you went, and then someone else got pulled away, and apparently another person BRB'd.
Listen, when you gotta poop, you gotta poop.
I just had to go pee.
When you gotta poop, you gotta poop.
I had to go pee and also order my wife dinner.
Yeah, we're
Fair
just
enough.
waiting for Alexandra to peek back in. And then repeat what just happened, because I think people missed it.
Okay.
Alexandra is back.
Alright.
Welcome back. So
Wow.
you arrived to the Great Fountain, where the statue of a former king stands tall. The water flows cleanly through the fountain, and you can see that a great many people gather up to meet others here. Some adventuring folk, some merchants. You can even see Kara sitting and looking around for new business opportunities.
And this here's the Great Fountain. It's more or less the go-to meeting place. At night, you find a lot of lovers sitting around the fountain's edge kissing.
Gross.
It's romantic.
I don't want to see that.
Confused Navi sounds.
There's also a myth that if you throw coins and make a wish into the fountain, that it comes true.
There's also a myth if you throw coins and make a wish into the fountain, it comes true.
That was
That's-
Swimmer, and then Alexander just repeated Swimmer's words.
Pretty much.
Why?
This is. That's stupid.
Why?
She
All
shrugs.
myths are based on reality. So
Um,
why?
well, then I imagine someone threw some coins into the fountain and it came true. If the myth is has any truth in it, then
always have at least a little bit of truth to them.
who knows? Maybe someone wished that they would meet their true love, and just so happened someone 5 feet away was doing the same thing.
Feelings take time. And
Well,
I ain't got time
I'm
for that.
aware of that. Well, that's very sad of you.
So we have a job to do, so he just like raises his eyebrows.
She just rolls her eyes. So, any other questions while I'm taking you on this lovely tour across the city?
Oh, is that what we're doing? Sorry.
Yes and no. We're actually just
I
going
got
to...
distracted.
That's more than fine. Your singing was actually surprisingly pretty.
Thanks, I guess.
I did not know seagulls can make that sound.
Well, most avians like them can make some sort of. I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay. You got any other questions, Davian?
No, I'm good.
Alright.
I toss a coin into the fountain. A gold
What?
coin.
What do you wish for?
And, it's an elven. I hope they at least lived good lives. Just an elven.
How loudly do you say this?
Yeah. Not
'Cause,
particular being quiet. He just assumes nobody but you can speak it. So
Yeah, not Navi would reply back. Also in Elven. I'm sure whoever they were. I'm sure whoever they were, they did.
And then Samuel will reply in Elven.
wait, what?
Or maybe not.
just turn
Samuel starts
slowly.
to make sounds that are similar to Elven to try and fit in, and then both Navi and Davian just kind of stare at him.
In
Can you
common.
imagine if everyone in the group secretly knew Elven and they just started speaking in that mode? It's like,
That would have been really weird considering those told us like this is a really rare thing and just every
Ooh,
single
a
person starts
really rare
speaking
and
it.
Dead language. Everybody
So,
starts speaking it.
So Samuel speaks Elven.
Does he?
I speak like 5 languages.
Holy shit.
it is a practically dead language, but Samuel is very well read.
Damn,
I
son.
speak Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Damn, son. Alright, fine. I speak
Listen, it's
Gaelic.
part of my teachings.
Fine, fuck you. I speak Gaelic.
Alexandra just shakes her head and Draconic just weirdos.
Don't got that one.
Don't got that one either.
Draconic from Swimmer, they're not that mad. They're just speaking gibberish.
I mean, it's like they're speaking tree.
That's a language?
It's,
Can trees speak?
it sounds like what I would imagine a tree would sound like.
Why are they growling at each other?
I don't know.
They don't. That's Draconic. I don't speak it, but I know what it is. Oh, wait, hold up. I know exactly one cuss word in Draconic.
You just like scream asshole or something at them.
Just turn over, look at both of them dead in the eye, cross my arms, and just go Drelic. Which just means, if I remember correctly, the one fucking word that Barracks would have taught Tavian, it would have been son of a bastard. Which was an insult inside of probably Ferrex's clan.
That's accurate for me. I think he's talking to me.
He just scratches his head.
I want to punch him now, but I think that might be the only word he knows.
He does look proud of himself.
He really does.
He just looks smug. He doesn't look proud of himself, he just looks smug as shit.
So, tell me, a half-dead bastard who, I don't know, dead family? I feel like if he actually knows what I'm saying right now, that'd be really mean, and I should apologize.
Luckily, he doesn't.
Let me roll insight to see if I can tell it's a fucking insult or not. I'm gonna roll insight.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh no, I ain't fucking know. I just scratched my head.
You have no idea. They're growling, and it's just.
What a
just like-
compliment.
I don't think I found it as a compliment. I just do not fucking know. It's just like in just common. Fuck. No, damn. Don't know those ones.
Also,
Alright.
we'll speak back to the common tongue. Well, now that we've figured out that you guys speak
Elven.
tree, apparently.
It's
Oh, no,
Elven.
that's not tree. This is tree.
And she starts talking in Druidic.
Oh,
That's what a tree would sound like.
Just blink slowly.
Oh.
Alright, fair enough, I guess.
I can also do rock, and she starts speaking in Primordial.
That one's rock, fire, and wind and
Yeah.
water all at once.
Yes.
I just blink slowly.
I'm impressed
I
and
do-
confused.
yes, I can't say I know any of those, so I'm will look even more confused than Alexandra.
Is that dwarfish?
No, it's not.
There's some crackle bits in it that sound like it could have been, but the rest sound a bit too different. There's one bit that sounds passionate, which I don't know why. Something is floaty, hard, and
It's like it's really the weirdest thing I've heard all day.
it is interesting.
She
Now-
looks absolutely proud of herself.
She's definitely a spirit. She apparently knows the language of the trees and rocks
Rock,
and
yeah. Water.
Mhm.
Speaks with animals.
she's
Yeah.
definitely a spirit. We need to look after her. I feel like if word gets out that a spirit is walking among common people, she may get picked up.
I came from the woods.
I
Yeah,
know that.
there's not.
I feel like
She's
There are
just
some
smiling.
people that aren't the best.
she's gonna end up getting a following.
It wouldn't surprise
Accidentally
me
makes
if
a
some cult
religion.
happens. Yeah.
Unknown to the group.
Just by Navi being Navi accidentally makes a religion.
That's how that happens with fucking
Mhm.
elves half the time.
Well, let's continue on the way before we learn that people can apparently speak the language of the stars or something, and I get even more confused.
Oh,
Don't
that's
know that one.
Alexandra clears her throat.
that. The language of the stars would technically be celestial. Don't know that
Mhm.
one though.
I'm not speaking it.
Just blinks.
Yeah, Clovis just starts walking before they get even further mind
Yeah.
blown.
Yeah, we're just
I know the
leaving. I
language
just
of the Fae.
Alexandra is just gonna come up behind him and hug him, and in Celestial say, "You're the best person I know."
Ew.
My brain feels like it's jelly right now.
I'm sorry there, Finn. Let's just get to this very nice place, meet her mother, so we can talk about
Oh,
this
right,
thing
you're
and
supposed to be doing something.
yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, they said a nice thing about you.
Oh, that's lovely. You're going to like her mother. She's very nice. She cooks the best.
She's a very good cook.
She got me a few tricks, like the pancakes. Asked me to make. She's the one that taught me them.
Really?
Wait, are those pancakes a family recipe?
I believe so. She said they were.
Just blinks. Eleanor passed it the fuck down. Fuck me. I want the recipe for those damn pancakes. I waited however long the fuck I died.
No.
Man, it's just I died for those pancakes, damn it.
The only reason why Swimmer knows is because he might be family soon.
Oh,
The-
well,
There's a blink and just a smile.
congratulations. Which way's your house?
Swimmer will point up. Up, really high into the sky.
Navi cranes her neck directly upwards and just stares into the sky.
So she look into the sun.
They're right into the sun.
Just a little bit. And then looks back down. My eyes are tingly.
No, stop. Look away. Stop it.
Right.
Not that far up, but we need to just go up at this point.
Alright, up it is.
Navi's disaster, and I love her.
You know, it's not, the temple, but it's, it's up there.
So, the group would continue on, Alexandra knowing some quicker shortcuts than most other people, with how often they sneak out. You would pass a gathering of 10 colourful fabrics, it looks like. A circus has set itself up in town.
Oh, what's that?
And Navi immediately wanders over.
No.
ADHD brain.
Just
I'm
hand
not-
on the shoulder.
I'm not keeping track of her. That's your job.
Alexandra just plops a hand on her shoulder.
Aw.
We can go check it back when we come back. They're gonna be here for a few days.
But what if they're not?
Was it that
We-
exciting?
Can go ask them real quick to see if they'll be here for a few days.
Okay,
If that'll make you happy. But we do have to get moving.
okay.
She just smiles and rolls her eyes.
Fucking wild child.
Let me just quickly jump to my notes stuff. I was expecting people to dive towards the circus so quickly.
My dude. My character has ADHD, and you put a shiny thing in front of her. Or a very colorful thing in front of her.
Look at it this way. If Riri would do it, Navi would do it.
Okay, just give me a second to make sure. I know who you would like to be seeing. Just want to make sure I've got the image so you guys can actually know what they look like besides just descriptions. Aha, I found them. Okay, so you start heading towards the circus. The colourful tent, the descriptions, the appearance, all set up. You see quite a few colourful characters. You see people with their faces painted with a white mixture. Colourful swirls and dances dyed through their hair. And one man seems to take notice of other people's interest, trying to move towards them. The man's large, proud. Let me just enlarge this image on the screen so you can see them as they walk up to you with a jolly smile on their face. Well, hello! You are certainly a colourful sort. How can I help you this day?
Hello, we're just wondering how long you'll be in town for.
Oh, we'll be here for quite a few weeks, perhaps even longer. It takes a while for you to get from land to... Well, a place like this is gonna take a while for us to head back out.
That's fair. A lot of people come through the city, and there's a lot of coin in the city. I imagine your folk can, earn quite their living.
And who might you lovely people be? You're quite colourful yourselves.
I'm Navi.
She's Navi.
I came from the woods.
She did.
Oh, you did? Would you be interested in joining the circus, Miss Navi from the Woods?
No.
Such a flat no.
A shame! Someone as colorful and bright as you. Perhaps you might be able to work with some of our lions.
Nah.
Unfortunately, we do have to be moving, but since you've been so kind to at least ask for names, I am Sir Alexander Olga Sarkar of Paramore.
Now that's a very fancy name, miss. Not what I was expecting on the way down here. You can just call me Travis. Pleasure to meet all of you fine ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you come to enjoy the show. If you're not interested in the main show, you can always come here for a little bit of coin and gambling. Play some of the games. They'll just pick up a hammer and just throw it around. Even the ones that test your strength and win some prizes.
Well, I'm sure we'll stop by on our way amongst our travels throughout the city. But, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Travis.
It's a pleasure to meet you all as well. I'll look over to the people that haven't spoke up, and the mystery silent few as well. Pleasure to meet you as well. I'll count you as 1 and 2.
Just have nothing to say.
Completely understandable. But I do hope you come around and enjoy the festivities. We're always welcome to new guests for our show. And now I need to quickly just make the NPC folder for Travis. But again, I was not expecting you folks to find him so quickly. This was later plans, but
Well, hey, you said, hey, here's a circus.
Too bad you
Yep.
put the flashy thing in front of the ADHD wild child.
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
expect me to do? Not run towards the big shiny thing?
and you did. And you met Travis.
Mm-hmm.
Travis
Wow.
will go back to the crowd, speaking loud, boisterously, drawing the people's attention towards the games.
Well, Swimmer, I know you thought about joining the circus once in a while ago.
Not for me. It looks over to the sheer amount of people. That's a little too much people. It's a little too many people.
Yeah, figured. We'll go visit and watch a performance sometime, though.
This
Just
thing
be
would
another
here a-
face. Yeah, just be another face in the crowd. You don't gotta worry about, sticking out like a sore thumb.
You might need to take off the armor for that. You usually do stick out like a lot.
Oh, I'm gonna dress up for that.
Should we
well.
look at the crown for a moment? Can you dress more up?
She just gives him a look.
Yeah,
Ma'am, are you challenging me?
Okay, I'm sure you can. Well, before we get drawn in by the crowds, we can continue on. Navi, are you interested in anything here?
Do you want some cotton candy?
What's that?
Let's go get you some cotton candy.
I don't think I know what that is.
Sounds like magic.
They take sugar, heat it up, and spin it really fast.
You should think it was magic. You should have just went along with it.
Yeah.
Sounds like magic.
It's magically delicious.
Hi, hello, yes.
Non-sponsored YouTube, please don't hurt us. I didn't do anything. I blame the paladin.
Yep.
You're an oath of the crown, so I can't say oath breaker, but
And the group would
They're
be drawn
yeah,
into
oath of monetization.
YouTube. Hello, this is just for fun. Hi. And so the group carries on. You enter into the crowd and you can see quite a few little stalls and games set up. There's a few that you throw a ball to try and knock something down and you win it for a prize. There's a few that has these little projectiles that shoot water to try and fill something up, and if it fills up enough, an item is dropped and another prize is gained. And looking around, there's more and more setups for little games, for coppers and silvers. And then you find the food aisles. You see bits of meats that you're not quite sure the source of the meat, but it's meat and that's a delicacy. With all kinds of sauces put onto them. You see strange puffs of clouds in different colours, all waxed up, set up. All performed and prepared by a man with a white painted face. And teardrops under his eyes as he smiles to the crowd and passes it over as they request something.
What color do you guys want?
colors matter.
Yeah, they're technically different flavors, but everyone just refers to them by their color.
How am I supposed to know them by color if I don't know the flavor they're supposed to be imitating?
Exactly.
She shrugs. I ain't a cop.
Aren't you specifically a cop?
Yes, but shut up.
Navi giggles.
I think you two will probably like the blue one.
Dealer's choice.
Samuel?
I'm good.
Oh, come on, big man. Don't be a stick in the mud. Hell,
Uh,
I'm
hey.
dead. And I'm less of a stick in the mud. Come on, man. Live a little.
It's
I'm paying. Don't have to worry about that.
doesn't have anything to do about money. I'm just not interested.
Thought you on some type of special diet or something.
No.
Just boring.
Yes.
He's not boring. He's my friend.
She says as she grabs your arm, Samuel.
I just want to work.
She is smiling.
I'll give you a copper if you have some.
Am I that money motivated? Alright, fine.
Amazing. 10 out
So-
of 10.
So what
I'll do the pink
color?
one. Everybody's getting blue. I'm gonna be different.
Which one do you
Navi's like, okay. Grabs the purple one instead.
Oh, jeez.
So pink, purple, and I guess I get blue.
Is this what blue? Is this what pink tastes like?
She shrugs.
So each of you gets a cloud of fluffy goodness. Smells sweet. And then
It's
you
like
taste
somebody
it.
took a cloud out of the sky and now you can eat it.
Good old candy floss.
I think I realized I made a mistake looking down at Navi, just probably eating.
So Navi's eyes have always been weird.
Mhm.
Like they don't really have. They have pupils, but they were never really
There.
there. Yeah. Navi, as she's tasting this, her eyes do the cat saucers.
Now, as you're purchasing it, the person behind the counter doesn't speak a word, but they do hold up fingers as they like put 2 fingers up to show the amount it's worth, and each cloud costs 2 copper.
Yeah, she'll pay. And she'll give Samuel a copper.
Thank you.
As you take your first bite, it practically melts in your mouth. You get the taste of sugary blueberry, sugary strawberry, and the purple one is interesting as it's sugary but all kinds of different flavors mixed together.
It's Wild Berry Rush.
It's her eyes start her eyes have always been like this weird morphing color behind the pupils, and her eyes just the colors just start going faster.
Snozzberries taste like snozzberries. Well, this is definitely something new. Thank you.
Was never a big fan of candy, but this is better. This is a lot better than the candy I'm familiar with.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but you know, it's nice. She pulls off a piece and eats it. She got red.
Just
Oh,
thank you very
Swimmer
much.
just put the entire thing in his mouth and is slowly chewing.
Navi, seeing Swimmer do that, does the same thing.
Oh
It does not
dear.
go as well for her.
Your mouth is smaller.
Exactly.
Much smaller.
It's also, well, at least it melts in your mouth and we don't have to breathe.
Exactly. So you have effectively have the situation of your mouth is stuck, but it's full of sweetness that is slowly melting as you gnaw and chew. You don't need to breathe, so there's no issue.
Navi
What?
seems content.
You effectively have a gobstopper that is soft and fluffy in your mouth.
You know what? Alexandra is going to buy a green one. And save it for someone else.
Huh, hello.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to do while you're inside the circus?
No, just cotton candy. Let's get going.
Yeah, I think that'll be it.
We can come back here another time.
Yeah, it would be nice.
And so, the group carries on. You start heading further up as the pallor of wood turns to a more white stone, pure, cleaned, and kept preserved. A few hanging vines and pieces of green and life start to appear and show itself in the structure. The further and further you go up, you see a few trees, a few natural pieces hide into the structures. You continue up, the sun blasting over you now. It's been a while since you felt the warm heat of the sun, and now it's gently coating over you as you step through tall towers of stone, the pillars, and rise to the tallest structure. Greeted by guards, men wearing armored cauldrons, and a symbol that you find familiar, as it's the same symbol that is on to Alexandra. Halt! Who goes there? And what brings you up here?
It's Alexandra and colleagues.
Okay. Who are the colleagues this time?
Swimmer and some random people we pulled up from various places. This one came from the woods.
There's a
I
very
came from the woods.
There's a visible groan from the guard as it just... Why does it have to be my shift? Okay. Let's... I'm gonna need to pat each one of you down and... Do you have weapons on you?
I just hand over.
I have a stick.
I
You
just
probably shouldn't touch it.
You could keep your stick, thank you, man with strange white hair. As he
that was
accepts
not
your
me. That was Navi.
Oh, yeah, that was the. But you said that you were passing over your weapons.
Yeah.
Did you?
The scythe. There's a hesitation to it before he lets it go.
Yeah, he'll take the weapon under his arms while looking at Navi, and just like, okay, you can keep your stick. Is there anything else on you besides? What even? Nope, nope. Not my shift. Someone else's problem. Okay. Anything else on you that's short, stabby, or hits people? That's like you, Miss Navi.
What?
They asked if you had anything short stabby that you used to hit people.
What's the
Knife.
stick?
Why?
Okay, I don't feel like I need to pat you down in particular, but just in case for the rest of you, could you step forward to be investigated, either me or my lady friend here, if you're comfortable with either of us? We'll have a quick rundown on you.
I'll look between the two. Just look at-
Alexandra, you're fine.
I definitely have my arms on me.
Most people usually have at least two.
I miss having 14.
Why would you disarm somebody? That's so cruel.
Okay, your weapons, your weapon.
Forgive her. She's new to social interactions. That said, I'm a man of faith, and I don't really feel comfortable giving up my protection.
If you have a holy symbol, you can keep it, but we're going to need to confiscate the weapons at least for now.
You're gonna let
You
me
will
keep my
be-
holy symbol, but
If you're a
but
man of... Actually, what is your faith? That suddenly they become a lot more guarded.
Alexandra just looked at it.
it's more of an irony that you let me keep my weapon, but you'll let me keep my holy symbol, but not my weapon.
What is your faith, sir?
Not from around here.
Narrowing of the eyes. They repeat the question once more, a bit more focused than the groaning they were a second ago. What is your faith, sir?
Saloon.
I'm gonna need to make a quick check for them to see if they know of that
Can
god.
I also make a check? Because I think that's the first time I've heard that.
Yep, you can.
Probably know it, but never know. 13. Rolled a 7.
I would say that you have heard of Saloon. This guard surprisingly does know the god and relaxes a little bit. Yes, if it's Saloon, I can let you hold on to your symbol. Just no casting on the premises. Otherwise,
Oh.
you're going to be in much more trouble.
Well, thank you for your permission. Just.
For
Hands over his
context-
his hammer.
For context, Samuel, as he's handing over the weapon. This is the family home of the right hand to the king. Left hand to the king, excuse me.
Which brings more irony of them taking my weapon, but my holy symbol. But to each their own.
Usually, those of faith around here have the symbol of, well, Bahamut, so we're a little bit more lenient on someone of faith.
Would you like my papers to show of my
That
partial
would be
intentions?
very much appreciated.
I will show them my papers for my pilgrimage.
I'll accept the papers, look them over, and Gives a for thought. Well, it's actually a delight to see proper papers forward. Most people that Miss Alexandra brings up here have nothing on them but their name. And we've
Well-
gotten a bit used to that.
With
I'm
respect, I expected something like this.
It's completely accurate, but screw you.
He will actually flip Alexandra the bird as
Yep.
She
he
flips the
folds
bird back.
as he folds up the documents and offers them back over. Thank you very much for the proper papers, and you're welcome here.
Excellent.
And I hope your pilgrimage goes well.
Me too. It's interesting so far looking at the group.
Yes, you found yourself in the company of a something, they look to Navi. A pain in the ass, they look to Miss Alexandra.
She sticks her tongue out.
Another something as they look over to Davius. And
Not so bad so far.
they look to Swimmer for a moment as they try to think of the words. They just go quiet, just look back to you. You found yourself in a group.
Yeah, something of that nature.
The silence so more insulting.
Well, have a good day here. You likely need to speak to the head servant once you arrive, but I hope your stay here is a comfortable one for as long as you were visiting this abode. I'll
It's,
pass the word along to the rest of the guards so you're not rounded up and pinned to the ground.
Is Glory with us?
Glory would be, and I'll drop their token.
Just
As for the rest of the
Major.
group, you can put your tokens at the bottom of the map now.
I'm gonna subtract 2 more copper because I also got her cotton candy.
What color? This is important.
What color does she want?
She would probably have gone for one that looks like gold or amber.
It's lemon flavored.
Her face was just scrunched up a little bit, but it didn't take away from any of her enthralling beauty.
Yeah. She scrunches up her face. I would have offered her some of mine.
And she'll switch it over.
I'll take the lemon. It doesn't bother me.
The lemon doesn't bother me anyway.
The lemon never bothered me anyway.
Damn straight.
Hey guys, I'm really not feeling well. I might just have to dip. I tried pushing through it and I'm not feeling great.
That's sad to hear, but
Yeah.
I hope you have
No.
a good rest then.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah,
Yep.
seriously.
I'll
Take care of yourself, motherfucker.
I hope you had fun in these last 2 hours.
I did. I'm trying, and it's not. I'm getting a massive migraine. Trying
Yep.
to play. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're
I
good.
should have pushed through it. I took something earlier, and I just nothing. So, I apologize, but
Got you, fam.
Yeah, it's
I'll
completely
catch
fine.
y'all next week. I'm so sorry for dipping early like this.
It's completely fine.
Just Navi wanders off into your gardens and starts flopping around in the plants,
Yeah, I can
Uh,
definitely see
not hurting the plants at all. Anyway, y'all
Aw.
have a good night.
Yeah.
Take care of the potatoes and corn. They're really expensive.
I just turn towards the potatoes.
Navi becomes one with the dirt suddenly. Right. Mate.
Okay.
See ya.
Take it easy, hon. I'm just gonna eye those potatoes.
Yep.
A lust in his eyes. Hunger.
The russet.
Navi becomes one with the plant for the moment, and
That's-
Impale would likely join them for the moment of just pure entertainment's sake.
Yeah, just relaxing in the dirt. I can understand that.
Leaving Samuel, Tavius, and Miss Alexandra with Glory and Swimmer.
Tavian.
Davian.
Alexandra is still holding the green cotton candy.
And what with that, the group will carry on.
Swimmer randomly opened up for me for some reason.
Yeah, that was me. I clicked the wrong thing.
It was just like suddenly Swimmer. Duh, okay. Alright, Alexandra, you lead the way. I'm following you.
He waves at a nearby tree. That's my headcanon. That's why he got opened up. He saw a shadow.
Ugh.
But this is the end of the garden, more or less. There's the statue over there. It's just kind of a decorative piece. Servant quarters are that way, and this is obviously the main hall. And there's plums over there if you want some.
I'm not interested in the plums.
We're
There's
good.
some apples over there also.
That might be what kind of apple?
She shrugs.
Red or green?
Red.
Or pink? Big difference.
Yeah.
Samuel just way off there in the distance, like looking at the apples.
That we will. Are you joining us?
Yeah, I'm just having a time.
Enjoying the grass, the nice sun on
Yeah,
your
just-
back.
Just give me a moment. I'll be there in a second.
Well,
This has been quite a bit. Much. It has been a week. A very, very strange week.
it's only been like 3 days.
Oh, he's had time to just start.
You start heading towards the end. There's some decorative statues set on the either side of it, and some large, imposing doors leading up from a stairway.
Yeah, we're not really. The whole city isn't really handicap accessible, unfortunately. It's all stairways instead of ramps. Okay, that joke fell.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh. The whole city isn't handicap
It's
accessible.
not handicap accessible.
Yeah.
And just blink slowly and just go. Well, it's great. It's good on these old bones. I think the arthritis has finally kicked in. And then I just tilt my head to the left and you hear like 5 pops.
That is uncomfortable. Please don't do that again.
Oh, you think that's uncomfortable? Wait till I start popping my back.
Ugh. God, I don't want to get old.
You know what the worst part is? This isn't even an old thing. Like, just,
Ew.
just keep walking. Which door are we going in?
The front one?
I'll hold the door open for you, lady. Just open the door for the ladies. Being polite.
Is it locked?
It would be.
I go to open the door and just blink and go, you know, I'd be embarrassed, but honestly, I don't really feel it. Sir Alexander, can I have the key so I may open the door for you? And
Sure.
glory.
She just walks up and knocks.
I guess that works. Step
There's a
down.
few moments of silence before the door, the voice would echo from behind the door. Hello there, and who might be coming here this fine day?
The oldest wild child, not the young one.
Ah, Lady Alexandra, welcome home. As the door would open up, and a fine gentleman, dressed in a butler's attire, would be on the other side of the door. Welcome home, miss, and you're here with some unfamiliar acquaintance.
I would like to point that I am dressed and not in armor. I got clothes on. How much did it cost me to get a new pair of boots?
It would probably cost you like 2 coppers at most.
Yeah, gone.
They're not the best, but they're boots.
I mean, to be fair, the other boots were probably bought from the same place.
Yep.
Well, this man is named Tavian. That man way back there is named Samuel. And this lovely lady is Glory, and you already know, Fen.
Well, hello to each and every one of you. Now, are you here to take part in a dinner, to stay the night? What may be the desires of your acquaintances in this fine abode?
We're probably going to stay the night, but we need to speak with Mother.
Fuck.
In that case, I shall lead the way to the garden.
Didn't we
Some of these people need a bath.
pointing around? Isn't this the garden?
No.
That is the greeting area. And he'll start leading further in. Please follow me.
It's more of a greenhouse, really.
Alexandra, I don't want to spend the night anywhere I don't have access to my weapons.
Well,
Is it exhausting having this much space?
you do get your steps in.
I do that already.
Yep.
If you think living in a place like this is exhausting, try building one.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It was.
Well, this is a very old house. But
Well,
if you don't want to stay the night here, I'm not gonna make you. You know that.
Does the design of this house look familiar?
Roll a history check.
Because I might have like a straight up aneurysm and just leave. Who knows? Oh, probably not. Jesus.
It's been too long. It's difficult for you to perceive if this is something you might have worked on in the past.
Hold on, I could add a d6 to it. Roll a 6. Oh, I got a 5. 14.
I think it's still not enough for that.
Okay,
You
fair
look
enough.
around and it seems that it might be familiar, but too much time has passed.
Okay, fair enough. Just. It is what it is.
But if you ingratiate yourself to Mother, she'll probably allow you to keep your weapons.
I would appreciate that. Just following Jeeves. He told me to follow him, so I'm following directly in his footsteps.
Yep. It's gonna lead around the stairs and behind.
Alexandra is on alert. As she's looking around, still holding the cotton candy.
Yep. Then I will reveal this area. As you would find, under some archways and hanging balconies, a large garden area with a fountain set within and a statue. And within the back of it you see a dragonborn with a tail and a pair of wings, just humming to herself as she's slowly watering and tending the green life.
Oh. It's been a minute since I've seen a high dragonborn.
Jeeves will come forward and cough. Madam, it seems you have guests and Lady Alexandria is home.
Talk to yourself, Gary.
That is true. For a moment,
As somebody who does it all the time, don't feel bad.
the woman perks up, turns to look over the group, and gives a warm, caring smile to Alexandria. Welcome home, dear. It's lovely to see you back. And you bring guests? Some peculiar individuals you brought with her.
Yeah, you know, I always bring in the weirdos.
Well, welcome to my home. And what are they here as your guests? What brings them to?
If they want, but there is actual business we do have to discuss.
Ah, perhaps a little bit, somewhere a bit more secure than just our open garden.
Yes. Where's Ruby?
Ruby! That is the question that we're always asking. And I'd like the group to make a quick perception check.
Alright.
Holy shit.
So, Alexandria and Tavian, you will both hear the small giggling voice hanging from the balcony just above you, as if something mischievous was up to something.
I peer up without changing my head. Like, I'm going to look up. And just smirk and just kind of...
Yep. Alexandria, you have put yourself in the perfect position as you find a large spider dropped towards you from the rooftops.
She's gonna try and catch it in her mouth. Eat it.
Roll a dexterity check to see if you are able to catch it. You do. You snap up like a crocodile and munch down on a juicy full spider as giggling laughter comes from above. Ah, there is Ruby, and it seems she brought you a snack. Ruby, what are you doing? And never mind. Just an exasperated breath from the mother as the constant giggling comes
Hey
from
Ruby,
above.
want sugar?
Yes!
Holds up the cotton candy.
Make a dexterity save.
There it is.
You find her literally falling on top of you and get knocked to the ground as the gremlin of a kobold-like child tackles you down and steals the candy.
Ow.
Just sitting on top of you as she starts munching on the cotton candy with glee.
Soft smile.
Ruby, get up your sister, please. There's a scampering, more giggling, and she moves over here and just looks over the group with intrigued, bright eyes that are similar to Navi's when she was eating sugar, but a bit more vibrant and pure. Hello, 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 and hello to you. She doesn't say who any of those are for, she just greets our group like that.
Yep. Well, hello to you too.
Ruby, looking over, seems to be a small child, around 9, maybe 8 years old, and now he's on the sugar rush. Who are you? Who are you? And who are you? And you. And you, and you, and you.
I mean, you know, swimmer. Okay, Ruby.
Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Hello. I'm gonna call you Longlegs, call you Goldie, and call you Whitey.
These are surprisingly accurate.
Oh, Alexandra, I'm hurt. And what's your name? You said Ruby, was it?
Ruby, yes. We're Ruby. Always Ruby.
Well, you can call me
Kevin?
whatever you like. Name's Tavian, though. But call me whatever.
Whitey. You're Whitey.
Good enough. Whitey it is.
Maybe tomorrow you'll be Cloud. Or maybe in a few moments you'll be Cloud.
She gives everyone a nickname.
I'll look over to Samuel. Longlegs. Definitely a Longlegs.
A what?
Long Legs. Your nickname is Long Legs.
What? Okay. Sure. Okay.
Just happily starts munching more on the cotton candy with a smile.
Just gonna give her mom just kind of a sly look.
And then suddenly she screams out, Kevin. And you hear scurrying from above before a large lizard pounces down and gets caught in Ruby's arm. A large Komodo dragon, to be exact, who gives the group a hiss as she's caught and starts sharing the candy with small Ruby.
Oh, boy. Got yourself
Well,
a
this is
little
interesting.
ranger.
Kevin, this is Longlegs, this is Goldie, that is the swim boy, and that is Whitey. They are not food. Well, maybe Goldie is. She looked like she could be food. Shiny.
She's not food.
Right.
At least not
Have you-
yet.
Have you tasted her yet? As both her and the lizard will stick out their tongue.
No, I haven't tasted her yet.
Then she might be food.
She's a
Glory,
pe-
Glory will take a step back from the wild child. And that's just like,
Maybe sugar wasn't the best idea.
Right. Well, as great as this is, Alexandra, we do have business. And I do hate to rush this. This is amazing. This is the liveliest I've seen.
I don't hate to.
Oh,
the
Samuel.
lizard is lifted up and the lizard just gives Samuel's face a big long lick.
Nope. I want to avoid that.
Okay, make a dexterity save.
Bless you, sir. May
and I'm
you
not-
say well.
Damn.
You are able to make it. It was a very easy check. It's a small child lifting up a heavy lizard. You take a step back and the lick just misses you. Ah, you're not food. Longlegs is not food. Too quick. Have to go for the ankles next time.
Don't bite people's ankles again. We just broke that habit.
No habit is ever broken. We just pretended.
Ruby,
Yeah.
if you bite people's ankles again, I'm never gonna give you cotton candy again.
We'll steal it. We're swift.
Uh-huh. You know Dad would be
Oh.
really mad if you get caught stealing. Again.
Oh. Sure, we won't ever steal anything ever again. We pinky promise. And what's the other thing?
What did you do?
We didn't do anything.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And with that, she'll dash off.
What a
How did that-
performance. Anyways,
Yes. sorry about little Ruby. She's very energetic.
No reason to apologize. Kids will be kids.
Yep.
Now, we did have a important matter, it seems. Jeeves, you can go back to work, and I'll guide you all to our little meeting room. Perhaps the living room would be more sufficient. She would guide the way to the staircase and start leading the group up. I will drag everyone there with the revealed passageway. Oh, boop, doop, 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 doop. And then do. I was dragging everybody up there.
Dash on up there. Oh, I was gonna move.
Yep, she'll lead the way.
Gotcha.
Push open the door. Now this is our main dining room and living room, but it should work enough for this meeting here. It's not really an official one after all. Just open up the way to a massive area with a grand fireplace, couches set up. It looks like a very comfortable, if not a bit extravagant of a location. Now, you feel free to sit on the couches over there or around the dining table, whichever you prefer.
Well, Alexandra, it's your house, your rules. What do you think?
I don't know, Mom. It's your house, your rules. What do you think?
I think we go sit on the couch.
It seems your friend did make the decision for you.
I'm fine with that.
Very carefully drop myself on the couch, though. So I'm a
feel
heavy boy.
You sit down and you feel the comfortable comfort of plushed leather cushions.
She just full on belly flops onto the couch.
Glory will just sit there. Okay, now, what is this important matter you wish to bring to me, little Alex?
Oh, we're doing that nickname again.
Well, when you bring friends home like this, of course I ask.
I'm sorry. Alex.
Okay. Look. I made a lot of weird friends growing up. They're good people. Mostly.
As long as you're not hissing in trying to mimic their tongues like you did before, everything will be fine.
Sorry, mimic their tongues.
She had a little bit of a friendly companion that was a lizard folk from the south.
How riveting.
Samuel, you're not wrong.
We've established this.
Now, little Alex, why exactly is this important matter?
Well, it's primarily the reason why I brought some Glory here. And I believe she'll be able to best explain it but to give a synopsis the way I understand it. She has been studying how the city works, how it shifts beneath the waves, and she believes that there is some sort of object that controls that. And if it is secured and tempered, we might be able to turn back the tides.
Yes, as little Alex, as you called her, has said, I've been
Glare.
doing research down in the waterways for quite a lengthy bit of time. I was curious at first, as water by nature does not flow against its current like it does here. It moves up where it should be going down. It seemed unnatural. Now, magic itself goes against the natural ways, but there's usually a cause. I've questioned people, see if there's any strong beliefs here that's locking that in, but people don't seem to really think or care much when it comes to how it's doing it, as long as it's doing it, which pulls away from the magical ways a little bit, which brings me to the conclusion that there is definitely something powerful, some kind of relic that causing the effect. Might be under the control of some being down there, maybe a lock holding it in place, or something of a more dangerous means, especially with the fact that the water seems to be coming up slowly, but it seems to be just building further and further over time. And if my theory is correct, then given enough time, it may just flood what little of the world isn't already pulled into the depth. And Sophie, hearing all this, will be concerned and a bit perplexed as she looks over to the group for a moment and, well, you've heard what she said. How exactly would you stop something like that? If it even is true, of course. Do you trust this glory, little Alex?
Well, it's part of the reason why I brought her to you. I'm not sure. It seems there's certainly some more oddities popping up than normal in the depths, and looks at Tavian. Some things are coming back.
I guess that's my partition to speak then.
This gives the go-ahead.
Ma'am, I have been here a very long time. A very, very, very long time. In what you call the depths, underneath the crushed rubble of the old duchess's, yes, home would be the appropriate term compared to this. Back when the city was landlocked. I personally knew Eleanor Myra Terran.
She's going to be scrutinizing you, looking you over to see if she can see any truth in those words.
He's been completely open and honest.
How exactly can you prove that? That is a very bold claim.
Right. Eleanor Maya Terran was the champion fighter, noble descendant of the Eleanorn city. During the time of the war, she took up arms against the invaders that were coming to take it out. We used to stand atop a large cliffside. She married a man called Ferrix of Clan Shattershield, the dragonborn individual who, at the time, was a head figure in the Bahamut religion. He was a barbarian zealot from the Badlands. He was my battle. Along with that, you should note that another name will pop up by the name of Sutra Mandolus, who was the elven cleric that walked with them. My name is Tavian Rosemont. I was the right hand and the mage hunter appointed by her, respectively.
There's a moment of perplexed thought before her voice comes out again. Well, you certainly seem to have done your research and do have an uncanny resemblance to the one you claim the name of, though. There's
Do
certainly difference.
you know where my mask is?
Your mask?
My mask. It was
And
on me
what-
when I died. Has it been brought up from the depths that you know of? This is a very long shot, but I'm asking it.
What does your mask look like?
Solid steel, only the eye holes cut out. Ridged. It was meant to make me look more intimidating and to hide my face from casters.
I might know of something that bears that appearance, but can go over that once this discussion has passed.
I'm giving you as much information as I can to prove who I am. But honestly, if you're looking for paperwork, my clothes were tattered.
I meant more of the discussion of Gloria's subject. Once we pass that, we can look over this mask. Perhaps I can get an etching of what you believe it looks like, and we'll go from
Right.
well, she'll look over back to Gloria. Now, you have given some bold claims here. Could I look over your research to see if it matches what my own perspective is on this matter? And Gloria will get up, reaching into her satchel and pulling out a collection of papers and passing them over. Now, this is going to take me a while to look over with the sheer volume you've been doing here. We can go over this, and little Alex, you can give your friends a little tour of the place, perhaps, letting them
Swear.
see more of the
I love you. Please stop calling me little Alex.
No. And we will
Uh, Alright.
Trying to fight it's gonna make it worse.
I know, it always has.
Yeah, little Alex, it's alright.
I'm going to punch you through a window.
I wish you would try.
And little swimmer, why don't you go cook something up for your friends? I'm sure that this chef will be happy to work with you again.
He's the exact opposite of little. Okay, bye.
And swimmer will take the invitation / order and move out of the building towards the kitchens.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, I will go.
Gloria will sit on the couch and they'll have that moment of just waiting for the verdict. Is Samuel also following?
What?
We're basically being kicked out, so Sophia can talk to Gloria alone.
Oh. Where the hell am I supposed to go?
We're following Sir Alexandra. She's giving us a tour.
I see.
Mhm.
Fun.
Well, not bad.
Honestly, the fact that she didn't outright dispute your claim of being who you are, Tavian, means that she might actually believe you. So, which poses a lot of questions. But yeah, this is the garden. There's plenty of herbs, spices, vegetables, and various other things. And this this little greenhouse thing that Lady Sophia has made over the years.
They are very nice.
She does work hard at it. It's kind of what she does to relax. And over here, if I remember correctly, DM, is the family armory?
Armory and treasurer.
Yeah. If you don't touch anything, I can let you step inside.
I would very much like that.
I'll start revealing the room.
Can't let you inside the treasury, obviously.
I don't want in there anyways.
It's just money.
So you step inside and you see a wide collection of items. You see tomes of knowledge and even some that look like they may be spell tomes rested within the shelf. You see items and old relics set on tables. A sword that burns with heat set into a pedestal within the chamber. Armors both new and old filling the walls, and also head mounted from past triumphs mounted on the walls. A glass case with several items set within it, a model boat, a rather risque outfit set on the side. There's a large arrangement of items.
Ta-da! Behold, Excalibur. It's not the actual sword's name, it's a joke.
Well, to be fair, if it was Excalibur, it'd probably look a little bit more like a bastard sword. But this is a very nice.
Star or something.
Very nice
Yeah.
place. Do I recognize any of the works in here?
Roll a perception.
Perception?
Yep.
Not a history?
This is
The story
Oh,
of
both.
Kern.
Could I roll investigation?
that could work.
Okay. And I'll roll history too. Shit. About time I get some
So-
good rolls.
So first, you do see some armors that catch your eye that you're familiar with the work of. You see a few small relics that are gathered on the table that seem familiar from your times. They're old now and there's clear wear in them. And while you're looking around, you see a familiar mask sealed behind a glass case, along with several other items that ring some connection with your former comrades.
I just deadpan stop and start staring at it. Kind of walk up to it. Said it's right here in this case, or is it that far back case?
It's this one.
It's a glass case.
This helmet. There's her. Oh Jesus! It suddenly went up to 250%. There's his helmet. There's her armor. There's her sword. He just looks sad. There's my mask. There I am. Okay, alright. Okay. take a look at the armor sets now. I'm trying to draw my own attention away from the thing I'm trying to not right now. 'Cause that's a lot.
It is. A lot of memories and a lot of loss sitting in that one case there. You turn your eyes away onto the armors, there's a lot of more future and present styles set within them. Some that are ready to use and just need to be removed and set into place. There's a model ship that's rather fancy design on the side, and there's a lot to draw attention away from. And Samuel, are you doing anything over there in the corner?
I'm just perusing, not looking for anything in particular.
Okay, roll me a quick investigation just to see if there's anything in particular that you take note of.
Okay. Investigation. Nope.
You are just clearly just casually going through. You spot a tome of rather risque and naughty title set in all these shelves where what you would have thought was originally a collection of rather ancient items, and now you're just noticing the novels and the naughty things slipped in, which cause a complete distraction.
Oh, I'm definitely picking that up.
Yeah, don't touch anything.
You pluck it up after
Yeah.
and open up and find it even has pictures.
This is in your armory is pornography.
Beware weaponized pornography.
Don't touch anything. But that was the one rule. Come on, man.
It's the tome itself that you are now looking over. It's called the Dragonborn Maid.
Oh my god, you
The
son of a bitch.
The lusty Argonian maid. Oh boy.
Mm. If you need a bunch of dirty book titles, I'll send you a few.
Is this part of your private collection? Is that why you want me to touch it?
What? No, I keep that underneath. But no.
I'm sorry. Hey, where's your room at?
My
No.
apologies. I will put it back. But now I know.
And
Yep.
knowing's half the battle.
It's set back in, and you know, was one thing you would notice, that book is well thumbed. As you set it back in, it's clearly a classic within this family.
Oh dear lord.
Gross.
She is more red than normal.
She's just gonna, like, nudge Samuel out of the room.
Okay. Eiley.
Nudge. Nudge. Just gonna close the door behind her.
Yep, and the armory, treasury, and now secret stash has been sealed up.
Is that your dad's secret stash or your mom's secret stash? And
I
if so,
don't wanna
which one's more,
know.
and if so, which one's more embarrassing?
I don't wanna know.
Alright.
I don't know why they keep that in there.
Honestly,
They have their own thing. Honestly, they might have just put it in there to embarrass me.
fair. Parents are supposed to be like that after all.
This is just a dead end here, right?
Yep.
Why is my token being a dick? You know what? I'm just gonna move it with the fucking arrows.
This here is technically my brother's room. He's not, you know, in the house right now, but yeah, I'm just telling you that. Yeah, it's there. Don't go in there. It's just a bedroom. This is my room. Don't go in there. And if I believe correctly, this is an office.
Do you open the door, Samuel?
I certainly try.
It is not locked, so it will open. With ease.
I'm just taking a peek in and then closing the door.
Weapons,
You would
for fuck's
see-
sake.
Listen, he said don't go in there.
Yep, and as you peek in, you will see Ruby currently peeking underneath the bed with the lizard.
You might want to say something.
I see it. Do we make eye contact?
You will certainly do.
I just
Okay,
put
here's
my I put my finger to my lips and I close the door.
She gives a thumb up and a grin.
Oh boy, that's so good.
And with that little secret, the door's closed. And no one is of the wiser.
It's like that moment in Borderlands 2 where you open the door and there's just like 3 psychos surrounding like a fire, and it's just like they all look at you and you just close the door.
And let's see, here's an office, I'm pretty sure.
Indeed, this would be your father's office.
It's my dad's office. Don't go in there, don't look in there. I'm pretty sure he probably has the place ready to explode.
Smart man. What I'd do.
Come back this way. There's a downstairs.
Sorry, I'm getting used to the controls that I'm having to do because for some reason my mouse won't drag.
Fair.
I got you. Jeeves will greet you with a smile as you come back downstairs. Have you finished your discussions?
Mother is talking with Glory.
Ah, it might be a little while then.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor and make sure Ruby doesn't get into any trouble? I did give her cotton candy.
I would say yes, but I do not know where she currently is.
Oh boy.
As long as she's not downstairs, everything should be fine.
Ah, she's probably not downstairs.
Excuse
Probably on the
me.
ceiling like before.
Oh, she was on this up area here.
Close enough.
But
You know what sugar will do to you.
honestly, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if she managed to find herself on the roof again.
As in, that's a common occurrence.
I mean, it took an hour to go upside down last time. She found a bird. Its wing
Try to
was hurt.
Eat the bird? No, okay, she was trying to help the bird. Good.
No, she's just not a fan of meat.
I think I know a recipe that she'd probably like then.
Alexandra shrugs. But over here, I believe, is a just sort of waiting room area. It's actually rather nice if you want to rest your feet.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, while we're sitting here waiting.
Mm-hmm.
You open up the way, and you would be able to see the other room because there's no door to stop it as well, which is the table set up. It seems there's a bit of a meeting room in there as well for official meetings next to the waiting room. And through the windows, as there is a few here, you'll be able to peek out the open kitchen through the windows, where you can see Swimmer currently working away at some food with another individual there.
Just gonna tap on the window and wave.
The tap draws attention as Swimmer peeks over, currently arms deep into dough, and then gives a big wave, covered in flour.
He just smiles and shakes his head. She sits down. So, Tavian,
Yeah,
you are who you say you are, aren't you?
he's staring back towards like where they came from. Yeah. Do you think anybody would know to lie to tell people they're me?
Probably not.
Especially some smuck you dug up from the ground.
I want to be the first time someone tried to pull the, oh, I'm actually this ancient war hero from the past. Please believe me.
Is that a common scam?
Some people try it.
You know how long people can live? I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm a motherfucking human. I should be dead 6 to 18 times by now.
Well, hey, you're alive.
He just stops breathing entirely and just sits there. Alive.
Well, hey, you exist.
You're conscious.
Take it that means they probably didn't get caught up in whatever the hell I got caught up in if this place exists and you guys are descendants. That's nice. I guess that means that she made it back to her husband.
Alexandra shrugs. It's another reason why I wanted to bring you here. Mother's, compared to me, is the historian of the family.
Oh, that's really funny. That definitely didn't run in their family. Not mine. Or was it your dad that's related?
It would be the dad that's the related one. The mother is married into the family.
Mom married into the family. Technically, but just the family name and all.
If you had to describe your dad's capabilities, would you go more anger and rage and belief, or would you go more calm, collected, studious tactician?
Let's say this way. I wouldn't want him to lead an army against me, and I wouldn't want to see him on the front lines of that army either.
Best of both. And just cheers to that, I guess. And I'm just gonna take a drink from my fucking water skin. Not even
Not
anything fancy.
It's also my dad, so it'd be rather broken up if he's, on the opposite side and a conflict to me.
I know I keep saying this, and it's bad to associate people with other people, but all of you remind me of them. Especially you, Samuel.
I'm sorry.
What's to be sorry about?
That I remind you of anybody.
Good old money-loving cleric.
It's an incentive.
Yeah. Most things are an incentive. At least you aren't claiming it's for the Holy Order and then immediately spending it on ale.
Sounds like a shitty person.
Ah. She wasn't so bad. Well, I guess maybe she was, but she grew on you. She was a good person when you counted.
Well, for me, it's more of, hey, doing the good thing, but money helps me do that good thing. And money gets me things I want.
Exactly.
Like alcohol and drinking yourself to sleep the first night I met you.
Well, to be honest, that was kind of a misjudgment. Don't typically want to be blackout drunk like that, but whatever I drank, that thing is strong.
Honestly, it might as well just been a rat poison.
That's disturbing.
Well, Samuel, I got to know her story all too late. What happens with you? Why are you
What do you
doing
mean?
what you're doing? Traveling
Why
the
am I
world,
doing it?
helping people, getting gold. Getting the gold isn't the point, as you've said. But helping people also isn't the point.
Well, I mean, helping people is the point, but it's more of doing what is needed against the norm.
I'm tired
People
of all
get
that structure.
I'm tired of good things being taken advantage of.
I can get behind that.
A disgruntled dreamer. Reminds me of her.
Alright, funny guy. Who does Ruby remind you of?
Oh, in a fucking heartbeat. In a fucking heartbeat. She reminds me of just Eleanor, honestly. Young Eleanor. Back when she was itty bitty and she pulled me out of that scrape. Her go-to method of confronting bullies at the time was, oh, there's a bunch of terrible people. I'm just going to break this tiny little stick and have an entire mound of dung fall on them so that they can't bully that person anymore.
I mean, I usually just beat up the bullies, but that works too.
It was about the humiliation of it.
Yeah, so I was being beat up by little me. I was not a big kid.
That's fair. No, she wasn't.
I got bigger.
So did she. Got to the point to where she could nearly kick my ass. Nearly. Now look at me.
Eh. For a dead guy, you look pretty good.
Yeah, damn straight. But, yeah, she reminds me of him. Honestly, you kind of remind me of Ferrex, but with more rules.
I'm insulted, but I've never met the man, so I'm going to assume that's completely fair.
I watched the man headbutt an ox because the ox walked on the wrong side of the road.
That sounds dumb.
He was on the wrong side of the road.
That's hilarious.
And extreme.
The ox won
I'm not surprised.
the first round.
Dear Lord.
But it was that stubborn nature in him that kept him getting back up. He bought the ox and named it.
God, that does sound like that.
He still had that ox. Basically rode it in the battle a few times. It was really funny. Ever seen an ox in plate mail before?
I haven't, no.
Alright.
Not many large animals around the city.
That's fair. Not anymore, I guess. Honestly.
There's some mules near the docks used for, hauling things. Hauling cranes and such.
I wonder how much longer they're gonna be. As great as it is to travel down memory lane, I don't think it's what I want to do right now.
That's fair. Honestly, don't know. Could be an hour, could be days. When mom gets engrossed in something, she, depending on what that something is, she might ask dad for help. And then it becomes a matter of the kingdom.
That's fair.
Although, I've only really seen that happen during the war.
There's always a chance, because this could be big.
Absolutely. Alexandra will stand up.
We're just having
I'm
a
gonna-
great time.
I'm gonna go check in on them and try and find Ruby. She's probably up to some trouble.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna rest here for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna lounge on the couch.
As you are about to step out, a unpleasant voice, at least to you, Alexandria, comes from the entryway as a thumping is had upon the door. I am here to speak to the lady, or to speak with Regulus. Open up, you know who I am.
Alexandra's just gonna close the look at Jeeves, do the whisper thing, and just close the door.
Back so soon.
Just
Jeeves would nod his head and move to the door. You would be able to hear this conversation with how close you are to the entryway as he speaks calmly as he opens up the door. Greetings, Lord Mangus. How can I help you today? And he's just shoved to the side. She steps forward. You know I've already said this. Now, where is the lady? If not, where is the sir? I have matters to discuss. There's a fumbling for a moment. Well, the sir is out on business right now, and the lady has gone out on adventuring. The madam is here, however, if you would. But she is also currently in matters. There's a growl of annoyance. Well, I guess the madam will have to do whatever her matters may be. This is a bit more important. Move, guide the way. And you hear the steps of footsteps and apologies.
Alexandra will just take a sharp breath and step out the door.
There's a moment of stop before the grinning visage of the golden dragonborn looks over. A slight sneer. Well, it seems the lady is here after all.
Do I even want to get involved in this?
I just stepped out because I heard that sharp inhale and immediate part of the pack instinct happens. Hey man, listen, Tavian's fucking one stance is the Wolven stance.
It seems you've picked up another dreg from the depths. Or perhaps two.
What are you doing
It's-
here?
This guy is obviously highborn.
Yep, very obviously.
Does he have wings?
He does.
He does have wings. High Dragonborn. Just shake my
He does
head.
not have a tail, however.
Oh, then he's
like-
not a High Dragonborn. slow blink at that and just. Southern Dragonborn? Is it Western Dragonborn?
What are you doing here?
I had matter to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly aimed towards your father, but if you're here, perhaps you could be of some use. It seems there's been some strange activities, signs of magic that's been echoing in the middle of society and down in the lower quadrant that doesn't quite match our usual reception. Potential risk of the darker sorts being active, or at least creeping in.
Have you actually decided to get off your high horse and go down there and see it yourself?
Ah, but that is not my job. If this is the darker magics, then this is something for your father to deal with. After all, dark priests, dark faiths, he needs to hunt them down and gather them up. But perhaps as your daughter, you would be up for the task yourself? So you can take up his mantle when time is right.
This doesn't. This is like the Paladin's Divine Sense. No activation, no anything. They can't tell, but I just gotta pop this. I just gotta.
Oh, he is definitely magic, and it's powerful magic as well.
Spellcasting, pack magic, innate.
It's spellcasting and innate.
And which ability score does he use? Charisma, intelligence, or wisdom?
He seems to have charisma and intelligence.
Just kind of blink my eyes a few times.
Wait, it's wisdom, not intelligence, sorry.
So, okay, so wisdom and charisma.
Yeah.
Alright, good to know. Just keeping an eye on him, not saying anything. Don't want to be rude.
I do.
I do.
Well, the matter's been brought over. There's investigations that need to be said. If you see your father, pass it along. I've done my duty now.
Mm-hmm.
This is surprising. You would never usually willingly step before me. If you wanted to stop me from seeing the madam. How interesting.
I'm honestly surprised that you haven't started flirting yet.
Oh, I would rather not do that in company of lesser beings, after all.
Yeah,
At
there's
least
nobles
with,
here.
at least when it's that slug of, what do you call him, swimmer. At least has the physique to be of some interest.
Mm-hmm. I'll admit, he's pretty good looking. A lot better than you.
I would disagree, of course, but you have eyes that seem to find interest in the muck a little too much to trust that vision of yours. As appealing as you are in other ways.
I'm gonna ask our Dragonborn friend, quite blatantly ignoring this dude. Should I care about this person?
Technically, yes.
Why?
He's the other hand of the king.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
What noble family does his branch come of?
No, I'm sure he's more than happy to boast about it.
As I was already introduced, if you've been listening in, it's a man household.
I wasn't,
But-
so.
I was not speaking to you, I was speaking to the one that was actually interested.
Does that name sound even remotely familiar to me? Or is it another
roll
one that's changed through time?
most likely changed with time. It's not one you would recognize.
Older lineage. Understandable. Well, then, he of noble birth. If you have work for us, then we might be interested, but right now, I'm trying to do some trade deals with the lady here. And one
Perfectly
of my... Sorry. I don't mean
As
to
a-
interrupt.
It's perfectly fair. I'll say perfectly understandable if you're in the middle of matters. I was just intrigued that she stepped forward when I was going to speak to the madam. But as I said, the warning has been given and there's some need of intention. I will
be
send-
had.
I will send a portfolio with further dealings for you to pursue or your father in a later time.
Sooner the better.
It would be of poor word for me to not least greet the madam before I depart. Jeeves, lead the way.
She doesn't want to be interrupted.
In that case, perhaps another
Yes, it's not a wise idea to interrupt a lady.
of course, that's the reason. Well then, Lady Alexandria. It's been, I would not say a pleasure, but it has been entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I will see you in the future, and hopefully your eyes will have adjusted to the truth. And he'll turn, stout, firm, and start heading out.
Alexandra's just gonna shiver.
Well, that
Before
was
I,
something.
okay, I was gonna see if Sammy was gonna do something before I carried on. So he'll step out, the door closing by itself behind him, and he's out of sight and out of
Look.
mind.
I feel bad for you.
I used to enjoy hunting assholes like him. They're very proud, very full of themselves, topple easily. I think I smell divine soul cleric. Or
I think I
maybe-
smell chicken. Are they cooking? Somebody cooking?
Yeah, Swimmer's cooking. Shit, wait, does Swimmer have chicken? I look back at Swimmer plucking a chicken, or a Swimmer, like, dicing chicken, because I might just go back in there and wait for food.
Considering where you are, it's very likely, honestly. And considering down in the depths you would never find meat. Here you have the luxury of chicken and actual vegetation.
Yeah. I don't know if my assumptions are correct, but someone with innate magic and being able to learn to cast it is a threat. So if nothing else, it was good that we didn't start something. Not yet.
No, as much as I personally despise the man due to him pining after me far more than he should, he is useful to the kingdom and loyal.
Well, as scummy as he seems, maybe not. I think his loyalty lies as only as far as his ego goes.
Well, he does want to marry me to bring the two hands together, and made a whole speech last year.
In other words, he wants more power.
He
Just
does.
a nod. Scum of the earth. Ugh.
Well, you know, I'm not into the noble politics or anything, but that sucks, and I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I do not plan to marry him.
Eleanor also settled for a farmhand. I give Alexandra a wink and I continue off. Back to the waiting room. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
Go to
the Yep.
Alexander just kind of runs a hand over her head. Why don't you go ahead and sit down there, Samuel, and I don't know where Tavian's going off to. I'm gonna change.
I'm just going back.
Me twice. Lay down on the couch.
Oh wait, no, I wanted to go the downstairs way, right? This way. And just kind of sit at the fountain.
Okay. Now, is there anything people are going to do besides changing and waiting for food at the moment?
Seeing if my stuff got into while I was away.
You would step in and see that the underside of your bed has been pulled out effectively and scattered around. From your secret stash of cookies, they have been consumed. The pawn stash has been quickly browsed over and there's crumbs scattered over them. There is paw prints of a lizard scattered over pretty much everything. The bed sheet is gone. Just gone. It's not laid out anywhere. The bed sheet is just vamoosed. And your sister is nowhere to be found.
Well, time to go to her room.
You would check her room, and again, there's no sign of her, but you do. Actually, I'll just reveal. You do see a large collection of stolen food covering the countertop. The corn cobs, you see different stir fries and veggie dishes, all warm and heated and stolen, and a bowl full of fruit with quite a few apples upon it.
Alexandra is just going to let out a big sigh, look at the tune-up destroyed chair.
Yep, the chair is broken and it's been gormed on by both lizard teeth and dragonborn teeth.
She's really gone savage. I mean, sure, I was pretty bad, but damn. Ay. Do I see the lizard tail underneath the bed?
You do not.
Okay.
However, Tavian,
Hmm.
I need you to make a perception check. Tavian,
James?
step away.
I don't.
Might have. I think he did. Okay, we'll give him a moment to come back. But what are you doing so far, Alexandra, as you look and see the savage destruction?
Were you waiting on me?
No, I was waiting on Tavian.
Okay.
who's
I was
been
double checking. I'm napping on a couch.
Yep, you're completely comfy and feeling the sense of the smell of all the food that's being cooked, being prepared.
Gonna be good.
You're seeing chicken being prepared, there's pancakes made for dessert. You're seeing all kinds of foods being cooked and gathered.
Alexandra
Just
is just gonna take a glance around the room and then
grab up all the food.
Fair
And
enough.
Ah, and you're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Some technical difficulties in the living room.
Yep, I'm gonna need you to make a perception roll.
I'm not good at those.
You're
Yep.
gonna watch my blanket get flushed down the toilet.
So, you do not notice it, but you suddenly feel a sharp pain from your ankle, and you fall into the fountain as you see a laughing 9-year-old dragonborn rushing off with part of your leg trousers in their mouth, surrounded by a blanket as they vanish.
I would like to do something.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I would like to. No damage. But how the spell works with Warp Strike is that my melee attack in quotes gets extended to 60 feet.
That would definitely be enough to catch them before they get out of range. What are you
Yeah.
going to do?
I was going to grapple them and pull them out of the portal on the right here next to me.
Does it pull back to you, grapple?
Well, when the portal closes, I pull my weapon out of the portal. That's how the spell works. It's literally a portal I put my weapon through to deal extra damage.
Okay. I think I'll allow this because it sounds interesting. So, make a grapple check.
It won't be
I
hard.
would like to add a d6 to that.
Please do so.
Could I use my inspiration to reroll that?
Oh. Oh! Can
You
I?
could.
I will.
Oh, you want to re-roll it?
No, you reroll.
Oh, okay.
I'm just using my
Oh,
inspiration.
that's 23.
Yep. So you do grab her, and the blanket-covered child is suddenly pulled back to you with part of your trousers dangling from her maw.
That's a good bite. Good sneak attack. Need to work on your exit.
She spits the travel leg into your face, and then grins.
I set her down. You know, you remind me of someone. She was just as mischievous as you. Want to hear some stories?
Sure. But first, she tries to push you into the fountain again.
Oh, just pull her along with me. She's going with, I got that 23 athletics.
Okay, let's try this, because she might get it. But she's 9, so very unlikely. Okay, and make your own athletics.
Alright.
Okay, and you both end up in the fountain. A large splash.
I just chuckle and let her go. Pull myself out and offer a hand.
She accepts it, and for the moment, you both be able to have a story time.
I'm just telling her about basically how me and good old Eleanor met and how her pranks were legendary throughout the kingdom. Basically how she would prank bullies and teach bad people lessons by doing stupid pranks, like, you know, for instance, using that mischievous for good.
She would sit interested and wide-eyed, but she's also full of sugar right now, so she's bouncy and very likely going to spring at any moment. Thankfully for the... Oh, carry on.
No, you're good. I was just agreeing. As a child.
So, thankfully for the rest of the group, time would come where Jeeves would start to gather everyone up, saying that the madam has had her verdict and Swimmin has finished with the food, and guide everyone back to the dining room.
Alexandria has dressed in her fanciest clothes she could get.
Ah, proving a point.
It is not practical at all.
Ruby would join the table, dressed in the blanket of her sister.
I have woven that bit of cloth into a headband for her that she took from my trousers. Because that's funny as shit.
Alexandra is just going to pull an apple out of her pocket and eat it.
There is a little tiny glare. Like, wait, that's mine.
Just stick their tongue out.
So,
And Samuel, would you head into the dining room?
What food is ready? Yeah.
Yep.
the food's ready. Phew!
Oh fuck. Nodded off.
Yep.
Where's this one?
Yep, I'll pull you to the dining room. Over here.
Oh, all the way back. Okay.
Yep. Take a seat wherever you would like.
Am I gonna get in trouble for sitting here?
No.
Yeah, I definitely won't do that.
There's a chance you might, but
No, I definitely know the implications of that and will not do that.
Across from Gloria next to Finn, because Finn is honestly kind of my safety blanket at this point, because he did kind of pull me out of the dirt.
Whoa, who's this?
That's the new person. That's the chef.
That would be the chef.
Is she sitting down?
She would be sitting down, but like with Swimmer, they'll start setting out the food. You see a plate of roasted chicken
Uh-huh.
with stuffing and several bits of gravy
Can
on
you
the side.
blow up her token
Okay, I will.
so I can get a visual?
Oh, that's cute.
That would
He's
be the
very
chef.
cute.
What are they, like a halfling? Human?
They're human.
Okay. Sweet. I realize I can. I
Samuel.
realize I.
Ooh.
Huh?
It's just Samuel's monkey brain neuron activation.
No, I mean, it's a new person. Like,
Fair enough.
I just realized I can zoom in and really see the tokens now too. So now I'm looking at everybody.
Yep, so Jenny and Swimmer will be setting out the food. You've got the freshly roasted chicken, you've got the veggies on the side, you've got stir fry, you've got different selections. You've
Yeah.
even got a few steaks.
God,
It
Damn.
is really prime for this kind of place.
I haven't had this kind of food in months. Whew. I'm digging in. I'm hungry.
Yeah, everyone's free to have what you want, dears, and we've cut plenty. Out, especially when we've got guests. Swimmer was a lovely helping hand, as usual.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
Looking at Swimmer.
Swimmer
Pancakes for dessert.
Oh, of course.
She just fist bumps.
There's
Yes.
another fist.
Like yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've also warmed up some syrups if people want to do that, and if people just want something simple like some sugar or something, some sliced fruit or anything like that for something fancy for the pancakes, I've already got that prepared as well.
I think Ruby's probably sugared up enough right now.
She's never sugared up enough. She's always gonna find more.
She really does.
I
It's
just
honestly impressive.
chunk.
And while that's all being said, Ruby is eating with her face instead of her hand.
That's fair.
She's too busy hugging the covers over herself to let them loose. So she's just eating with her face.
I'm just gonna get a new blanket for this treatment bed. At this point, she can have that one.
Is there drinks too?
There would be. There's a selection of different wines that could be taken.
I'm definitely having a glass of wine. I know it's good stuff.
Yeah, it is very fancy. It's It's the kind of wine that you would stir around, take in the scent, and take a sip. With
This is one of those moments where you like, you know, you get wined and dined, and you're gonna just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just picking the food. I'm not eating a lot. His mind is definitely elsewhere.
Like, Jeeves would go around giving people napkins or anything else they need. Like, if it comes to the next dish, they'll come around, set bowls of soup before everyone to slowly take or something. Or the next meal after that. This is like a full dinner
Of course,
course.
Jeeves,
Yep.
sit down and eat.
It's not my station too.
Just looks at mom.
She sighs and just, you know how stubborn he is. After all of our helping hands, he's never once agreed to sit down.
Always the professional.
He is, but he keeps everything on track thanks to that.
Oh, he does his job amazingly. It's just, come on.
Jeeves just offers a small smile on the bow of his head but doesn't move from his station.
All right, man.
Now, the dinner passes well. The food is wonderful as expected. The dessert comes in. The fresh pancakes warm with several different treats to add on to add flavor. Set
What?
down fluffy and crisp. You got syrup to potentially use, you've got sugar to use, you got fresh cut fruits you could potentially use to add more flavor. And the pancakes are set before everything.
I immediately put strawberries over the top and then powdered sugar and take a bite. Is this the recipe that I'm familiar with?
It would be.
I think this is the first time that any normal reaction has happened. This man is like just tears down his face.
Alexandra literally putting the same toppings on her. She's looking at him confused.
It's probably the same that Ruby and Sophia are still doing. Like, it's the family's personal choice.
It's the correct assortment of items you put on these fucking pancakes. It's the way they were always prepared for him. So he did that as quickly as that shit came out. He just kind of wipes his face off, like just the shirt off, and just keeps like this is the one thing he actually legitimately ate.
Yeah. Now, well, the last bit of the meal is had, and I'm assuming Samuel also enjoys his meal.
Yes. Listen, I'm gorging myself. I'm a piggy right now. It's good
You-
shit.
You'll likely get a few refills of the wine from Jeeves. Who just
I will
comes
make
out-
sure, because it's a lot of food, like I'm not gonna go too hard on drink. But definitely food-wise, trying everything.
Oh, there is plenty to have, so you have a chance to eat everything. There's likely going to be leftovers as well. So
Listen,
that's just-
it's more of the fact that I don't have an endless stomach, okay? I gotta make room.
I got you.
Just like finishing the last bite. Mom,
Yes, dear.
we did pull up some casks of wine from the depths.
That is interesting. I'm guessing you do not have them on you at the moment.
Oh no, we brought him with.
Then,
Hello,
you set
cat.
them in-
Okay.
did you set them in your room? Like, where did you place these casks of wine?
Yeah, I put them in my locked chest. But thankfully it's still locked, looking at Ruby.
There's probably a chuckle out there. Jeeves, can you go and get those, and I'll have a look over them. And with a small bow, I'll head out to go fetch the casks of wine. Now, while Jeeves is getting that, I'll go over what I discussed with Miss Gloria here. Now, I went over the facts and what they've gathered, and there was enough proof for me to see that it is a very valid concern and likelihood of what she believes is happening. Whether it's someone with nefarious desires or it could just end up in the wrong hands over time, either way is a central disastrous situation. Which leaves us with the fact that it would be advantageous to us to go and retrieve if possible.
Of course.
Now I also heard that Ionis was also here earlier, which is concerning.
He said that there was evidence of dark magic about in the lower cities, and you know him, he only has rumors and hearsay about half these things, but with current events.
If he's caught word of something, then there's likely truth to it. He doesn't go off hearsay alone. That's as much as his character leaves much to be desired. He is professional when it matters. There's a reason the king trusts him.
Yeah. Hate the man, but he's good at the job.
Yeah, so as long as I would never approve of him and you, dear, it's...
Oh god, no, if I ever say anything along the lines of, oh, I'll marry him, please, make sure I'm not being mind-controlled.
Yes, most certainly. We all are very much aware that something is seriously wrong in that instance, but... I'm pretty sure that his viewpoint is solely on the noble side with no actual interest in the romantic side.
Romance, obviously not, but as a physical.
He's a man of ambition, and also of noble pride, which I can understand the viewpoint, but I don't follow the same viewpoint. We have to deal with enough nobles to be used to some similar degrees. At least this one is useful.
That's true. That's why I'm trying to play nice. You know, instead of just decking him in the face.
Yes, That's... I'm not even sure what response he would have to that. He would either be entertained or he would use his magics. Either way, it's probably not a good side.
Well, one way he would probably try and act like, oh, she's so wild, I have to tame her. Or the other way is, I have turned into a pile of ash.
Either way, it's not good, so let's not tempt the tiger. Or in this case, the
Yeah.
golden apple.
Yeah.
But, yes, I'll definitely get some feelers out on that while your father's away. It's up to me for that. But what did he say to the girls? Jeeves hasn't really passed word on much.
He said he'll get a dossier and send it over.
Then we'll definitely have something on that range then. As she says that, Jeeves returns with the casks and presents them to Sophie, who takes them and looks over them. Well, this is a number I have not seen in quite a long time. I'm assuming since you got this from diving, it's something for purchase? Instead of something of just personal gain here, right?
I hate to say gold would be appreciated, but I think we all find ourselves under-equipped and underwhelmed. Or
Well,
overwhelmed.
how many of these casks? Are these all of them?
How many do we have left? I don't know. I gave up my 2 ciders. I had something else left. I retained something. I don't remember what it was, though.
You
And
gave
we
up
only
the-
had 2 casks of wine.
Yeah, so it wasn't the wine. No. Oh, never mind. I know what I kept. Never mind. I kept one of the stick shields.
Okay, it wasn't one of the main items you discovered. It was.
It was one of the corpse things because I like the sticky shield.
Yep. That will harden in time, but while it's still sticky, it's useful.
I mean, even when it's hardened, it's just a better shield than what he had before. In quotes.
Okay. How would you feel for, I'll say, 10 platinum for these 2 casks?
Damn.
100 gold pieces.
Let's say this is the benefit of being friends with my daughter. You get a little bonus.
Well, they mentioned you were interested in art too. We found a tapestry as well.
Okay, bring that forward and let's have a look then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and unfurl that bitch. As well as put down the tiles too.
I just realized I've been playing the same music for ages and I should have switched over for the music for this place, so let me just do that before I forget again. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Aha. I've had the in music playing this entire time when it should be something entirely different.
Sounds are fine.
There we go. This is the music that I meant to be playing for all of this time. I apologize.
That's fine. Yeah, music is music. Definitely
she
sets me
was-
a little bit more at ease.
Yeah, it was meant to be at ease, relaxing, soothing music, but I didn't have it set. I apologize. But again,
Perfectly fine.
they look over. Do you just bring out the tapestry or the tiles as well?
Both of them, yeah.
So they look over the tapestry first, seeing the elven couple embraced upon it. Well, this is definitely a piece you would not see with the current generation. Especially the figures, considering their ears. I'd say I could pay you for what I believe it's worth, if that would work with you.
Sure.
That would be 34 gold pieces. I won't be giving the benefit of being with my daughter with these.
Curious. Just a quick question. 34, that's an odd number. Not that I'm
Well-
complaining, I'm just saying why. Never mind.
It's just what I can estimate it at. There's a slight difference, like the extra few gold is to.
I just find it funny, is all. That's all.
Yeah. There is. I'm not entirely sure on the perfect estimate. So I'm going what I believe with an extra few coins just in case to pay what differences when I have it properly authenticated.
Hmm.
Now moving on to the tiles themselves. Now, tiles are interesting as they can only be used in certain ways. Unlike the tapestry that can be placed anywhere, these are very specialized, so they'll be a little less in value. But with the collection you have and the crest that has some historical value, I'll say 30 gold as well.
Sure.
Very well. Jeeves, go fetch the coinage and we'll place these within the treasury for now. So we can have someone come over and have a proper viewing of them. Perhaps the royal family would like them as a gift.
It's
The
five,
tiles in particular.
5 players, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There is.
If we divide that evenly, it's 33 gold pieces apiece.
Not bad. I'm fine with splitting that even.
Yep, and can you just let people know in the Discord so if we had a glance, they'll see it and be able to know how much they've earned? Because there's still the 20 gold that you passed to them that they haven't been able to note down because they weren't here. And
I
also-
suppose I can share.
Oh, come on, Samuel. I already paid you 20.
I just said I suppose I can share.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
Hey, Ruby.
Yes.
Cover your ears.
No.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
Oh. She's refusing to let go of the blanket, so she can't stop you. She cover her ears.
Why was that book in the treasure? Why?
Which book in particular?
She's just staring.
You know,
There's
classics.
there's many books in there, dear. You're gonna need to actually say the name.
I really don't want to, and I know you know the one.
Well, just say the name then, dear.
It was a particularly raunchy book.
I believe that's your brother's.
Why? Why is it in his room?
Well, because we had to move some things. We're clearing up the space, so we just added it to the collection.
Why would you add smut?
She's giving a bit of a daredevil grin at that, just loving your reaction. That you can clearly see some of the mischievousness that Ruby has just shining in your mother for one.
I
Perhaps this is the very reason we did.
I know that this is the reason why you did this. Damn you.
Ah. Well, this has definitely been worthwhile, but back into more official matters. And Jeeves comes and offers the coinage over to everybody.
Oh, Jeeves, quick favor.
Yes.
As Alexandra takes her hands off Ruby's ears.
Get your
this-
fingers bit.
Just boops the nose. No. It seems as though my blanket has been commandeered.
I will get one that's being washed prepared.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. I'll step out to get that sorted. Now back to official matters. As I said, the matters Glory pulled up seem quite important still. If you are all willing to go on this expedition she's voiced, I can approve it, though. If Ionis had heard anything about this, he may have his own intrigue, so keep an eye and ear out just in case.
And I believe Glory has probably already talked to you about this, but she's not a fan of Ionis either.
He has a reputation, and his ambition is a powerful one. He's proven himself to the crown enough that the ambition aligns with the king's views, but it's enough where if you're not directly in line with the king, you have a chance of being good, so she very much has a strong reason for that.
No, I'm well aware. It's just maybe we could find some place to. Well, it'll be up to her. She has her hiding hole.
What exactly are you suggesting, David?
Shelter and refuge and someplace fair bit more comfortable. And continuing to work with you and continued research into this matter.
Well, for that, to continue working with she would need to be up here, but if doing so, her presence would be noticed for those that are keeping their attention on us long enough. She can't really obscure herself up here, and I can't really go down below without drawing attention either. If we're trying to keep this quiet, it's going to be more of a personal project with messages passed back and forth.
Oh. I believe it would be wise to assist Gloria in her research to ensure things don't go too out of line.
I agree as well. So there's nothing that she's shown that made me disbelieve her. Everything she's shown seems true and alarming. And now we seem to have another issue for the Royal Inquisitor, or at least those that are tied to that to check as well. So we've got two matters to deal with.
Dad's always a busy man.
He is. Not sure if he'll jump on this investigation, perhaps. Could also assist with that. It really depends on what you feel like.
Well, it seems that this is rather well, important is too small of a word for this.
It's potentially catastrophic if left to be, but it also depends on how long it would take to be catastrophic. It might be after our time, but at the same time, we shouldn't leave it be.
And if it's able to be properly controlled and tamed, it is. Well, the kingdom of old could rise again.
Potentially. Now, from what theories Gloria spoke up, it seems she wanted to try and replace what was there with something that would hold the magic but slowly weaken it over time, effectively losing its effects, but allowing things to slowly turn. For that, she's going to need research materials and more samples from the depth.
And
then
that's where I hope that you could help with that.
Oh, I could certainly do the actual research to help it be created. That's what we plan to have messages passed between each other to go over the theory. But retrieving the actual items that could be researched to make it possible, that's something we can.
Well, only if you had a daredevil daughter that's willing to do some probably not smart stuff on the regular. That also just so happens to regularly travel down to the lower city.
The fact you go down there will also make sure that people aren't suspicious. You have a bit of a reputation yourself.
I do, but that reputation in this case hides my true motives.
Exactly.
In fairness, the other half of the reputation is sitting right next to me, and it's not unwarranted.
Now, if we can find these items and create it, Glory will speak up there. Yes, if we need to get quite a few things. Most of it is all tied to basically create a beacon of a sort. If my theory is correct, once the beacon is made, you'll be able to dive deeper without anything pushing you further to the top and actually reach the source of what's causing it.
So we need to gather the materials to research and make this beacon, and then from there find the source.
Find the source, replace it with the beacon,
Can
and
I-
then...
Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, what I was gonna say was, can I roll an Arcana? Because the theory sounds very similar to something else I've heard before personally, and I want to know if I can two into it.
Okay, roll Arcana.
Yeah, because it sounds like a tuning rod to mess with the weave that's already being messed with.
It is effectively of a similar nature. They're not exactly the same of what you're used to.
Yeah, things have changed. Just it should work in theory. How do you plan on building it? Are you using a metal tuning rod, or are you building this beacon out of some ancient stone?
The beacon will need particular items with their own natures tied to it. But I believe they'll be in the depths because everything down there will have a connection to the depths. But we're looking for particular things. One is indeed a stone. I'll need a black stone made from Ica, is one of them. I'll get a full list of the items I require, and because each one will have the traits needed to create the beacon.
Hey GM, is the ichor on that shield black?
No, it's not.
I was about to go, that would be awfully convenient.
It would be, and it's not that convenient for the story plot.
Hey, no, that's fine. I just thought it'd be funny, so I double checked. I didn't want to.
I could see you just pulling out your shield real quick 'cause you didn't get that confiscated. Just like, wait a minute, is that? Nope, that's just regular fish.
Yeah, the reason why that happened that way was literally I heard the word black ichor that hardens. There's a stone. I was like, wait, this shit hardens. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, just.
I'll get the full list of what I believe is this. Some of it may not be necessary in the end. This is all in the experimental phases.
I do believe I only have one thing left to talk about, other than the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you have anything else to add to this, or any other conversations you want to have currently?
No, just that,
No.
I believe I believe you are who you say you are, Tavian.
Thank you, Alexandra. But that's... I appreciate that, but I need my mask back.
Sophie will be the one to speak up there. And why exactly do you need your mask back?
Because it's me.
I don't quite get that, but
The man
if
has
you
been-
are who you say you are, I don't.
Alright, give me 1 second, I'll think of something. Ah, right. The sword, her sword. If you take off the pommel, which does screw off, and take off the wood on the metal underneath, in common, you will see Son of a Bastard in Draconic.
Okay, that is accurate, yes.
I always wondered why that was there.
Well, that's because that's the only bit of Draconic that Ferrix ever taught me, and he thought it was funny, and when I made the sword, I chiseled that into the tang of the blade, because I thought it was funny.
Humor does weird things.
It does. Friendship does weirder.
I wouldn't know.
Wow, you are. That one statement cements me in my mind, that you are incredibly sad.
Incredibly what?
Sad. Sad, lonely. You need a hug.
I think I'm fulfilled.
Swimmer, go give him a hug.
No.
Please.
I'm not gonna force someone to take a hug, especially one of my hugs.
And you don't want to be lit on fire.
Come on, to be fair, I wouldn't let you get away with the fire lighting. Just give you a wink.
Oh dear.
There is a particular story I heard. Didn't you lose your leg to a dragon? At least one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
How is it back?
Oh, that would have been, good old Sutra with her greater, regeneration? She would not stop bitching the entire time she was casting it.
I see. It's been very powerful magic. And what happened to this dragon?
I cut its head off while Felix held it down. It took a lot of effort, and it broke the sword I was using at the time.
Very interesting indeed. Well, good to know then. That was one tale that seemed to have been a bit obscure that we've managed to acquire information on.
Nerd.
Yes. Yes, dear, I'm a nerd. And you are a hogwash little child of mine.
Weird.
Accurate, though.
True.
Now, I can get this mask for you. It is something that, if you do end up falling, will be returned here, though, as it is effectively a family relic. And technically, you would need my husband's permission for it, but considering he's not here right now, I'll have to take in the agreement for this matter. Would that be alright with you?
That would be fine. It needs to rest with the others after anyways.
There's a nod and a look to Jeeves, who follows that, heads out, and returns with the mask. It's clean, it actually looks as if it's in perfect condition. It's definitely been well cared for in all these ages. It's as if no time has passed as it's presented to you.
I just, wipe the, tears on my eyes and I just turn it over to see the inscription on the inside. And, put it on my face. And I'm just going to wear the mask. Just gonna sit there and just look up. Thank you. You have no idea how much stress I was in since I woke up. Thank you so much. Feels right. Okay.
Just gonna whisper over to Swimmer. So, do you know any good therapists?
What is a therapist?
Wine is a therapist.
I just chuckle. Oh shit.
Everyone who wants to know what he looks like right now, he now looks like an edgy boy.
He actually looks less edgy. To be fair.
It's a different flavor of edge.
This is edge light. The other one was edge hard, and not the hard as in like super edgy, but hard as in. Alright. I can put the token in if you, or did you do it already?
I'm doing it now.
I'll replace the actual picture too. Better.
Okay, there we go. Everything should place. Well, now that we've...
The other token is not the... hold on.
Ow.
No.
Fuck.
Give me 1 second, I'll fix it. You'll have to do the other part, but...
You gotta update the token.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna pull myself out and see if it fixes. Bingo. There we go.
What's his name?
I don't know what you did, but I can no longer see anything on the map.
Wait, at all?
There's
Nope.
2 of it. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, there's none of them. He's disappeared. There's another.
It just, as soon as you did what you did, everything turned green. I was like, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. All I did was change my character.
Okay, there we go. And I can see things again.
Okay, I don't know what you did to blow off to blow your.
I didn't click anything. I was just waiting for you to finish.
That was weird. All right.
Okay, back to the moment. So you've retrieved your mask, you've slipped it back on, and you feel like yourself. And with that done, well, everything that needs to be said has been said. I believe Glory will be heading back to the place she's been conducting her research. What are the rest of you going to be planning to do until you hear word from either of us?
Well,
I've got to make a new sign.
Alexandra's gonna pick up Ruby.
Oh, the threat.
Yeah, there's flailing kicks.
You're gonna go in the fountain.
She's already been in the fountain.
She's gonna go in again.
There's claw, there's biting, there's kicking.
That's fine.
About how long do you think it'll take before we hear word back? Because if I have time, then I need.
How tall of a drop is this?
I'll say it's about 20 feet.
Shoo, don't want to throw her off that.
Hey, she's jumped on top of you from that height. And again, she probably trusted you to be the fall.
There's also
Yeah.
water there, though.
There is also water there, but
It's not that deep.
Alexandra doesn't want to hurt her sister.
Understandable. So you're dragging her all the way down the stairs and then around.
Mhm.
Terrifying.
Yep, you're being bitten and clawed at and kicked all the way.
She's not stopping. I'm just gonna go there.
So,
Eat.
Lash.
Finn, Samuel, do either of you require any different gear?
No.
Any kind of items at all? Any other weapon?
No.
Understandable. What about you, Finn? I see that you like to give bear hugs, but I think that there might be a better weapon for you.
I don't really use weapons.
No. This will be a lot more comfortable. And it'll be more you. You're a brawler, and a brawler's weapon is what you need.
What exactly is it?
Ever heard of brass knuckles?
can't say I have. It sounds interesting.
Perfect. Sophia, do you know any, or I guess Lady Sophia, right? I gotta put that in there. Eleanor hated that, but it's gotta be done. Lady Sophia, would you know of a place where I could maybe rent time to fix my gear, as I'm sure you were probably shown my rusty scythe, or at least some of the guards probably mocked it?
There is the smith down by the marketway. They do rent out the place, for what I understand. I have no need of it myself, but the word passes by when we needed to get some different things made, such as just simple nails where we need to repair the damage that Ruby and, of course, Alexandria has had upon this abode. As much as she scolds her sister and splashes her, she's no different. They were literally exactly the same when they were younger.
Are you sure you don't want anything, Samuel? I could silver your weapon for you for half the cost it would normally take.
What? No. I appreciate the offer, but my weapon is a gift. I don't want it sullied.
Understandable.
That's going to take you a bit of time to
One day,
do that, however.
50 gold pieces in a workday, and each item I craft is half time. That's the Xanathar's rules, unless you're changing that.
A work day per item.
8 hours.
8 hours. It's not per item. It's by gold cost. 50 gold cost in an 8-hour workday.
Ah, okay.
And it's
And
due to the half because it works off of your material cost.
And you're basically not making new weapons, you're just repairing what you already have.
That's also true. Well, specifically for Finn, though, it'd be making a new weapon.
Yeah, but it's also brass knuckles, which are very simple.
That's fair. Do you want to use like a basic stat block for something to equate it to?
Yeah, that'll be probably better.
Let me see what I can do. Weapons 5e. No, not the journey. I don't want the journey. Weapons 5e. Because I could literally do this by the end of the day, technically. Say
Not if you can get the place rented by today.
Yeah, that's if. Big if. He'll go down there and ask, but if it's a no. Do about the same damage as a mace bludgeoning.
So a d6?
D6. It only cost me 2 gold to make. I could make an entire new halberd, or, well, scythe in that time. I might even just straight up make a great axe. I've got the gold for it.
Definitely possible.
But, if I would like to go and inquire about that because I know we've got time, but I also don't want to take away from other people doing stuff. If anybody's got anything else they want to do.
Yeah, so anything other people would like to do, this is going to be a day of downtime. So people will all have a chance to do what they would like.
He doesn't really have anything to do at all.
Just enjoying the wine and having a day of rest then?
Yeah, chatting up the people. Talk to Jeeves, to Glory, Jenny, Lady Sophia. Just having conversations.
They would definitely be willing. And they'll be enjoying the company. Ruby would probably bother you a few times, because she's Ruby, and she would enjoy messing with somebody.
Endured. It's unfortunate because Navi would love
Adore
Ruby.
Yeah, exactly. I was a bit disappointed, but her health comes first, and then meet the
Yeah.
group.
Well, I don't know if you wanted to end session earlier to kind
Yeah,
of give,
I was thinking of that to give a chance.
especially when it's going into downtime now.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might end it here, and we can go through the downtime meeting next time, and give people a chance to meet the family.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alrighty. Perfect.
They'll-
Yeah.
Most of
Also
what I
gives
would have done
me-
was like spar with Ruby and just kind of hang.
Yep. It also gives me a chance to finish the main market area that I've been
Oh.
building.
That you
'Cause I've
walked
got,
directly into. Oops.
I've got a map prepared for it and all different kinds of buildings and shops. I've only finished one of the shops, so it's like this is perfect chance for me to finish the rest because I know someone's coming for them.
Yep. Well, specifically for one area.
Yep, but that doesn't mean you can't explore. And the
Uh,
other group could explore as well if they're coming to join you.
Probably gonna go buy a healing potion.
Must save me money.
Okay, in that case, the session shall, for the moment, end here.
Alright, and I will stop the
Yeah.
recording.
Fun as always.
Yep.
It has been. It's a
Absolutely.
little early, but I want to make sure everyone gets a chance, and hopefully both Tiger and Moomy can make it next time and get a chance to meet the crazy family of Sir Alexandria.
While we were playing, while we were having